What's up, everyone? And we are live. Welcome to the Great Nimbus Debates Nerding Out podcast. Less Dragon Ball Z focused, less debates focused, more anime focused, more video game focused podcast. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, welcome back. I am your host, SquallRush. Let's see. I have a link tree. It probably is in the my bio of wherever you're watching from. Uh, I'm like on a crap ton of different platforms, so it will be here for the rest of the podcast if I name them all. So best thing I got is to just check out the link tree. If you want to follow the other platforms, please do. Uh, My announcement is I'm getting close to 500 subs on YouTube. So once I do, I'm doing a special giveaway, two $25 Amazon codes to two winners, and whoever joins the raffle, or how to join the raffle is by joining my Discord. Uh, it will be in the announcements. Just hit that announcement with the green check mark. I'll put your name down. Uh, yeah. Other than that, I got a Patreon if you guys want to support me that way as well. And the intro question for today is, what element would we bend if we were an avatar? And to be honest, fire has always been my favorite element, but the way they used all the elements in the avatar looked really cool. Like everything but fire looked cool in my opinion. Like
Agreed.
honestly, like air would be sick because like he can basically fly and that would be awesome to do. Oh geez, that's loud.
Are we
All
doing
right.
uh if we were in Avatar world or if we're like in this world, like our world?
I was under the impression of either or.
Blaine, you want to go?
Yeah, I was just eating. My name's Blaine. Find me on Instagram at Blaine37, BLAYNE 37. Now, like either or, no matter what world I'm in, I'm choosing airbending because like let someone mess with me and I'm taking their air off their lungs because you could do that apparently. Like, no, it wasn't in the show, but like in the books, I believe it was like that. But I fucks with that. So that's my take on it. I didn't even really have to think about it. It's all you now, Hunter.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hunter, aka Secret Code Sauce. You find me on TikTok at Hunter on Tick. Uh, I wanted to go with air as well because if that was the case, I could just get a glider and fucking fly wherever I want. But since that was chosen twice already, I'm gonna go with well, before I say it, Blaine, I do want to let you know that you can take the air out of my lungs and I still got like a minute and a half and that's all I need to fuck you up. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're right. But you're right. You're right. Don't
um
play with me.
all right. Anyway, I'm gonna go with earth bending if we're here, like on Earth, like in our world. Definitely gonna go with earth bending. Like I thought about water bending, especially if I wind up in some kind of survival situation. But at the same time, the water has to be there to bend it anyway. So with earth bending, it's just way more useful, in my opinion. There's so much shit that could be done. I feel like there's so many businesses that I could run being able to earth bend. I'd be able to make a lot of money like that.
Definitely. Like the way Aang was making that zoo with the earth bending.
I didn't see the show.
Oh shit. Yeah, he made a whole ass zoo for like some wild animals that escaped. Like like with the earth bending. It was pretty nice looking and it was sick. All right, Seven Ninja
Hmm?
was good.
Yeah, your goat has arrived. All right, boys. You can find me at 7 into 7 at Rumble, Game Jolt, and MeWe. And I believe the question is what element we would use in Avatar if we had it in real life.
Yes.
Okay, boys, listen. You can do a lot with air. Okay, you could do a lot with air. And they did do it in Legend of Korra, Blaine, taking the oxygen out of somebody. So it
Yeah.
was Zahir, I believe, who takes the oxygen out of that Earth Queen. Yeah, was it a bear? No, I'm thinking of Avatar: Last Airbender. Anyway, um, probably gonna be air. Just the ability to fly. Um, even if it's just a matter of using something to fly on, just the ability to fly is amazing. Um, speed. I'm sure there's ways to make like things where like Toph was able to kind of skate. Zuko, not Zuko. I'm thinking of Ozai is able to fly with fire, but in general, everything that the others can do, I can do to some degree. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be perfect, but I can find a way. So it's gonna be air.
Right on. Right on. Well, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, their links are in the description. So please check them out and hit them with some follows. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Anime segment.
So bright, ready for the fight. Sunshine and black night, power in our sight.
All right, so we are talking about Baki Hanma. Who wants to take it away? I watched the first 12 episodes of season 2, I guess it was. So,
Mm.
it basically
Since this is
is.
cold sauces, you should start it off.
Yeah, give us a little rundown on what's it about, cold sauce.
All right. So if you haven't heard of Baki or seen it, Baki Hanma is this dude who's 18, and his dad, Yujiro Hanma, is the strongest dude in the world. He's so strong that multiple countries have begged him for a peace treaty. Every time this dude walks, there's like 3 or 4 different satellites watching his every move so that we always know where he is because he's basically a walking nuke. All right. This dude, I watched Barack Obama on this show ask him for a peace treaty. I watched him during that conversation take a piece of coal, squeeze it, and then now it's a diamond. Baki is this dude's son, and his goal is to kick his dad's ass because his dad did something that I'm pretty sure is a spoiler for the show. So I'm not sure if I want to say it or not. But it's kind of a revenge thing. It's kind of a I want to see how strong I can get thing. And it's also the thing that I love about it the most is it a lot of it has to do with just the natural primal instinct that we all have of one day facing your father because like I dealt with that a lot and I'm pretty sure every dude has like at some point in your life you start to you know look at do I have the power now, like am I the one in charge here, and you want to test those waters. It's part of growing up and being a man. So but yes, it's definitely some of the best fights that I've seen in anime as far as just straight throwing hands. They ain't got no special powers or nothing in it. uh, and also you can learn a shit ton about martial arts from the narrator while he's explaining stuff. I've learned quite a bit, and I've been watching martial arts movies my entire life. My first idol in life was Bruce Lee. I had every Bruce Lee movie when I was a kid, every Jackie Chan and Jet Li movie. uh I mean, it's a great show in my opinion.
All right, we can go around the table. Your thoughts on the prison arc? Let's go with Seven Ninja first, then Hunter and Blaine, then me last.
Um, honestly, I guess I'll put it. I've always I guess it's kind of what I kind of felt about like how I felt about Baki just growing up for even with the Grappler series. It was just seeing him elevate himself by learning new things from each fighter. He does that in every single fight. Seeing that guy, the sumo guy we saw during Sensu talks a while back, seeing that again has how would I put that? I don't want to experience that at any day of my life. Okay, like that's probably never gonna happen. But like the crazy idea of just slicing a piece in your brain. Uh, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Um, but I'll put it like this: it made me. mm, I guess I just like seeing his growth. I'll put it like that.
You like seeing what?
Hold on, someone else. I just like seeing Baki's growth. I'm more focused on Baki the whole time. I've been
Hmm.
watching. I told you guys in Since talks that I was watching Grappler Baki, and so I really after seeing so much of that, um, I just love seeing how he's learning from each fighter. I'm a big fan of that. Even just fights he's not even in. I love seeing how he just learns from every fight, and he uses that in his own skills because it tells me, okay, this is kind of Yujiro, how Yujiro did things. I don't know if you guys seen in our debates topic in for Great Nimbus debates, but I said it's very weird to me that Goku is so stupid compared to Yujiro Hanma because to be as good of a fighter as Yujiro is, he has to know so much. And to think that, I almost kind of feel in a way Yujiro himself
A better
is a
fighter.
counter to what Goku is. Well, a better fighter, but like a counter to what Goku is. In a sense of like you have to be smart to be a fighter. You can't just be just a fighter. You have to know things. And so, because like in another way of looking at it, I'll even bring it back to Grappler Baki. Um, like they had a world class fighter. He was like the first boxer Baki actually fought, and like he doesn't even know half of the stuff that Baki learns. Of course, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't even know half the stuff that Baki learns about endorphins and stuff like that. So it's like seeing like how powerful they can get over time just makes you really realize how smart and all of these fighters are. We'll put it like that.
All right, Hunter.
I agree. That's a really good point. I did want to give like an answer to the your question on like why did what I'm gonna go read the what was the question like involving Goku?
You talking about the one versus Goku Black, or are you talking about why is
No.
Yujiro?
Yujiro compared to Goku.
Your topic,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's in debates and ideas.
yeah, I think it's in debates.
So, like my quick answer to it is that Goku never ran out of strong opponents. Uh,
Hmm.
so he never had to focus on mentally training like Yujiro did. I mean, Yujiro, he became the strongest in the world, and as far as that world is concerned, there's no aliens. So
Hmm.
uh, he had to find other ways to get stronger, and that was basically fighting himself in his head, kind of. Uh,
Hmm.
that's the quick answer. But if you just think about it a little bit, Goku has gone many years without actual opponents. I mean, after the Cell Saga, he trained for how many years, Squall, on King Kai's
Like
planet?
7 in the afterlife.
Right, 7 years of just training alone, like with King Kai as like a coach, because he definitely can't be no sparring partner. So yeah, the mental thing. I feel like Goku should have started working on that at some point. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but to touch base a little more on that point when it comes to Yujiro, is this guy has extremely extensive knowledge on every single part of the human body. If you asked
Mm-hmm.
Yujiro to tell you, tell me about tell me about knees, tell me about elbows, this dude will give you about 2 hours of information on every known thing about, whatever. If it's part of the human body, Yujiro knows it. And,
Mm-hmm.
it makes him sound like a scientist or something. But he's not. He's a martial artist. He's the best martial artist that there is, which is, it speaks such volumes about Yujiro's character. He's not just some badass fighter that trained and became the fucking best in the world. There's a lot of work that went into that. It's not like he was just born with a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
righty,
think another
Blaine.
thing that really spoke to me about that. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Blaine.
Only watched what was on Netflix, and I haven't seen the newest half of the season, the newest season, but the Hanmas in general are like their bloodline is very, very strong and stuff like that. Because you have Baki's great grandfather, his grandfather, his cousin, I believe. But like Hunter was saying, to the extent you do need to know a lot, and he did put a lot of work into it. It's just not like he grew up being strong, and then I haven't seen Grappler, but I've seen clips of it and how he trained Baki too. Baki put in a lot of work to be the strongest high schooler. So I'm not gonna say it's just, blood, like their DNA and bloodline and instinct. Got to put work into it as well. And what I really like about this show is, like Hunter also said, you really end up learning a lot about martial arts, and it also makes you low key want to like get in the gym because their physiques are amazing. Their physiques are amazing for no reason. Like I see so much stuff on the internet of people trying to get these physiques, and there's like with the Hanma bloodline, you have what they call the demon back, and it's so hard to achieve a really defined back. Like it's super hard to get like that. So it really pushes you and wants you to go for it. But like as an anime, I will say it's one of the better fight scenes. Fighting overall, in my opinion, it's really great. I recommend it to anybody. That's really my take on the anime. I enjoyed watching it. I'm pretty sure I've rewatched normal Baki like 3 times before Baki Hanma came out. So it's something I really recommend. And it gets wild. But yeah, that's my thoughts of it all, really.
Yeah, my thoughts on the prison arc. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of slow. Every fight up until like the final fight was just kind of like one hit, then they just like start talking. One hit, then they start talking again. Maybe I'm just a little harsh on it. I do agree with you guys on the point, like it teaches you guys. I kind of like that when there was like I did like the part where Baki was like escaping from prison just to go back in, but as like a point, like, hey, check it out, I can leave too whenever I want. I thought that was pretty badass. Yeah, the final fight between Baki and Oliver, that was pretty cool. What's it called? And I do like the part where they teach you like about like the whole demon back thing. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I'm like showing it up on the stream right now. Like to achieve this demon back, you have to like do like a certain like workout routine or something like that to get like these demon eyes looking eyes on your back. That's something I didn't know about working out. Working out can give you like a different back. And like it's kind of cool because like I remember I was looking at Oliver's back and I was like looking at the muscle definition and stuff, and then they pull out Baki's back and like he's got a whole different back. So stuff like that is pretty cool to think about.
Yeah,
Oliver's ball
sticking
form is
to
weird.
yeah, sticking to the demon back topic. I've seen a dude on TikTok that came pretty close to achieving it in real life. Just like where our muscles are positioned in our backs, and if you target certain muscles, you want to build this one way more, and then for another group, you want to focus more on endurance and getting it as shredded as possible. There is a guy that is pretty close to a demon back. It doesn't like completely look like a face with eyes and shit, but it's inspired and it's close. It looks really fucking cool. So
Seven Ninja, you had something?
Oh, I was talking about Oliver at one point, but I was gonna talk more about we're talking about Yujiro Hanma. You guys remember? Well, I think I don't know how early it is for Mr. Squall, but you guys remember Baki and him are having like a dinner scene, and like when they have that, Yujiro's outright teaching him just like stuff he's learned over like eating etiquette, the importance of enjoying not only healthy food but also unhealthy food. When I watched and I saw like a scene of that earlier today as well. I can bring it up from my history if you guys want to react to it later. But it was it kind of said to me really that like Yujiro is a well-traveled man. He's seen everything and been everywhere, and so it's like, and you end up learning like, yeah, he's also a fighter, but he's also well learned. He knows. We talked about it before. He's a very wise, smart man. He's, how would I describe something like that? He's a very wise and smart man.
Military guy
Go ahead.
described him. That military guy, I always forget his name, but he.
Does he pause for you, Squall?
Huh?
Yeah, he's froze for me
Does he
too.
Oh,
Okay.
y'all
He
can't
said
hear
something.
froze
You
for me,
paused.
too.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying that the military guy, I always forget his name, but he referred to Yujiro as the only professional tough guy in the world. So because like he's just so tough that he just gets everything for free because everybody's scared to tell him no.
Oh yeah, and how you brought up how he didn't have strong opponents, and so he fought himself in his mind. The man switched to. He's also fought. We're talking about lions, elephants, stuff like this, just to give him a
Right.
challenge, and he's like low diffing these things, these fuckers. Like to me, I don't really see anybody pulling up to an elephant and beating the shit out of it. But Yujiro Hama's doing it like it's nothing. That gives him his own feat just by itself.
I'll stream it when I go to Africa. I'll beat up an elephant for it too, so you know what it's like.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna tell everyone like my big brother beat the shit out of an elephant.
Right
Here's
after
the
you
link.
get those rounds.
Right after I get those rounds, I survived this.
I'm definitely not going to talk him into giving me some rounds after beating up an elephant.
Yeah. It's gonna be, I'm gonna show people the videos like I survived a man who did this to an elephant.
Yeah, I didn't see too much of Yujiro Hanma. I did see that one part where he was like, he was first introduced as he defeated the elephant, and then there's that part where he was swimming, and he was like, they're trying to figure out what kind of form he was using to swim, to like swim like a dolphin in and out, and then he just lands. he does look like a pretty menacing guy, and I think you guys showed me that one reaction clip where he rips off a face.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, it's in the
nuts.
chat. You want to watch? You want to check it out
I'm
again?
chilling. I am chilling.
What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So Squall, you finished Baki's fight with Biscuit Oliver, right?
mhm.
Yeah. So Seven Ninja, that gives us an idea of where Squall is. Squall, I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about Baki's training and sparring technique, shadow boxing with that praying mantis? Like, cause that's something that I haven't seen in other animes, and I was extremely impressed with the creativity of that.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with it too. I really liked those first couple episodes when he was shadow boxing. Like the Mike Tyson part, Iron Michael, that was pretty cool. Like I don't know, just it kind of like gave me like an idea of like but for like a different story altogether. Like if you can pretend something is there in shadow box and actually feel it and be hit by it, like I was thinking like you can use that as a superpower to summon and use against other enemies or something. But since we're in Baki, I still like the idea. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cool idea. I just wish they did more of those type of things.
You'll see.
It really tells you that he can just learn from really anything. Like he even learns from that roach. But like it's like, again, it brings me back to. It boggles my mind. I know you said why, but it's like it boggles me my mind the idea of Goku being so dumb, because it's like you can learn from anything. Legitimately, like we know that there are different kung fu styles based off of animals. Like you can learn subtle movements based off of anything. Dude, it could be the ant crawling around working with other ants. You can figure out anything from that. And it's like I'm taking it more from a real life state. Like Baki takes it more at extreme, sure, but it's like just the idea that even learning systems. You could even argue a conveyor belt system might come from an ant. Like anything can be learned from just our planet. Forget about like other cultures. Mother Nature alone.
You know, that's a pretty good point. Like in real life shadow boxing, like I mean, I never really did in real life shadow boxing, but I remember when I was a kid, there was this one kid that would like always have like a comeback for everything, and like I'd just be sitting there speechless, and like so then like I'd go home and like shadow box what he would say like when shit talking. So like I'll be like, I'd say this, how would I respond? I got nothing to that. What would he say? Oh, he would say something like this. All right, what would I say back? So I do like the idea of shadow boxing in real life.
Shadow arguing?
Yeah, shadow shit talking.
I think everybody's done that, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I know when it happens for me the most is when I'm in the shower. I just like be reminded of something that like my dad said when I was in middle school and be like, you know what, motherfucker? Just start punching the water.
What's up, Sonic? Thanks for popping in. We're just talking about
We
some
have any
Baki.
questions in the chat?
Oh, really? I Am Legend said that his dad met Bruce Lee. Oh,
That's awesome.
yeah, that is pretty good.
That is a flex.
That's bragging
That's
rights
low-key.
for
Yeah, that's something I'd say on the first date.
yeah. My dad met Bruce Lee, so you know, probably got a big one. That's awesome.
Yeah, he also said that he would choose probably water or rock when it comes to like what element he would bend.
Water or what?
Water or rock or earth.
Yeah. That was is it like, okay, in the show, the waterbenders, can they turn water into ice?
Yes, I
think it
believe
depends.
so.
Yeah, it's a type of sub bending.
Well, then
It
I'm
depends on the
changing
'cause-
mine from earth to water.
Mm.
I'll never have a refrigerator, or at least I'll just keep freezing shit.
Which Aang's grandson made us also his own class of sub bending for air, which is called fart bending, which is wild.
Oh
Like, imagine
shit!
getting your ass kicked. Imagine getting your ass kicked by a little kid who's farting, bro.
That's pretty cool.
I think like in Korra, like they have like distinct. So like there's, I think there's purely a lava bender now, and there's like strictly like metal benders now. Versus before was
Yeah,
more
yeah.
primitive. So it seems to me like it's evolving. In every avatar's life, there's going to be an evolution of how bending works.
Damn, we gotta do next Nerding Out podcast. Avatar.
I'll start
We
watching
haven't-
on Crunchyroll tonight.
We haven't done that yet.
I don't know if it's on
Avatar
Crunchyroll, but
That's on. I think it's on Netflix. I believe.
yeah,
one are we
yeah, it's
talking
all
about?
on Netflix, and it's all on HBO Max. The animated
I don't
series.
have either one of those. Is it
No,
on
there's 2 of
anime?
them. I have no idea.
There's-
there's 2 of
Two
them.
animated series. I only
check.
know
Last
of
and
Avatar: The
Airbender
Last
and Legend of Korra.
Airbender and Korra. Yeah, The Legend of Korra. I haven't seen none of The Legend of Korra. I've seen clips of it though.
I saw the first
seen-
episode, like when it debuted on Teen Nickelodeon. I think that channel was.
Mhm.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
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 And like I caught like random episodes of The Last Airbender when I was growing up, but I never actually watched it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like I always liked it. But there was actually the live action movie did one thing that I'm much rather about the live action than the anime. And it was the firebenders. They actually had to bring fire in order to bend it, whereas in the anime they could just make fire, and I was like, that's fucking not fair.
Yeah. I can see that. Let's save it.
I think it's a little more limiting. I think that's a little more limiting, and it would really. I know what you're saying, but it kind of takes away from that magic that's of that world. I think.
Yeah.
Kind of. But if you find a waterbender in the desert,
Well, a waterbender
cactus
can pull
juice.
water out the moisture of the and they can pull like water out the moisture of the air too.
Yeah. We're getting a little off topic here. We gotta save
Alright,
this.
my bad.
Save it. Yeah, Avatar is on Netflix. I'm looking it up right now. Both Legend of Korra and the original one.
And it's both on Max, and I think I have Max, so I'll send it to you. Hunter.
What's it
alright.
called?
Paramount Plus, my bad. I'll send my Paramount Plus to you.
What did you guys think of Pickle?
I loved it.
Wait, I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squall didn't get that far. I loved it. I
was
loved
weird
the
'cause
whole idea.
when you mentioned
I
season
loved his
2
character. No, go ahead.
when you mentioned season 2, I was like, why is he talking about the prison arc? I was like, oh, whatever.
I think he
Wait,
meant like
go
the
ahead.
second series. The second series, because you have Baki, then Baki Hanma.
Yeah. So like
Go
the
ahead.
synchronization
series.
arc when all those prisoners broke out and went to Tokyo, so they could taste defeat. That's all in the first season, and then the Grand Rata tournament. I think it's also in the first season. Yeah, it is because
a lot of it.
Seeking Retsu. Well, never mind. I can't say it. Squall didn't see it yet.
You know, I'm kind of seeing. Well, I guess I could kind of. Pickle's the guy who came from the past, right, and survived a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, because I did the reaction video to that fight. You know, I was looking forward to. I thought that was gonna be in this first season or second series, first season. I was kind of looking forward to that fight, to be honest. Like, cause like
That's the next arc
yeah,
on the
cause
show that you're on.
because like the reaction video I did to that, you guys said it was like pretty choppy, right? They kept cutting stuff in and out here or there.
Correct.
Yeah, so I wanted to see like the full-on fight on that one. What in terms of what I think about him, I think he's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that he's just like the what's the word? The fucking primal beast, I guess. Like of humans, like surviving a Tyrannosaurus Rex and fighting people and shit, and beasts, big ass beasts, and surviving and winning. That's kind of lit. Cause like I think at the end of the season I saw, right, like the one military dude that like follows Yujiro around, he was like talking about Yujiro to his son, like, hey, his son beat this guy. That's some guy you even giving respect to, like, and then like, but he's like, but you beat all these animals. Do you think Baki can defeat this animal? He's like, oh, I think so. What about this animal? It'll probably take him a while, but yeah, he can win. And then he's like, well, stop talking to me about my son. I don't want to talk about it no more. And then he's just like, all right, but I'm interested, bro. Like, all right, what about this? And then he points at the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I forget what Yujiro says after that, but in the next arc, the reaction video you guys showed me, the next opponent, or Pickle, is an opponent that Baki fights, and he fights the Tyrannosaurus Rex that the military dude brought up. So I thought that was pretty interesting how they tied that in.
Yeah, one point that I want to make is Pickle wasn't just fighting and surviving against Tyrannosaurus Rexes and stuff. Pickle was eating T-Rexes. Pickle was killing and eating those animals. T-Rexes, Triceratops. So yeah, that dude's strong as fuck.
Yeah, he was fighting for, like, during the Baki and Pickle fight, you hear him say, this is the first time Pickle has gotten where he's fighting for like fun and not food.
Like just for the
Like
fight.
all the yeah, like all Pickle's past opponents, he like ate a piece of them and stuff like that, or like how he did with one of somebody saving for later. They want to name drop.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I didn't want to name drop.
Okay, I have a question for you, Cold Sauce. And
what's up?
Blaine, you can answer it too. Would you say that he is a ancestor of Yujiro Hanma?
Who, Pickle?
Yes.
That was like, you know, it kind of seemed like it a couple of times, but I just feel like if he was, he'd have a demon back.
Yeah, because that's like a Hanma bloodline.
If they do a CAT scan on him and he has the demon brain like Baki does, that would be fucking awesome. And then it would show like, oh, we came from this dude specifically. I think that would be cool. Because I don't remember, does Yuichiro have a demon back? Yujiro's dad? Do we know that?
I believe so.
I don't
know.
think
I haven't
so.
made it
I don't
that
think
far
we
into
know.
it.
I don't think it showed. That might be something Yujiro invented. Yujiro might be the first person to have it. No, they got that caveman drawing.
Yeah. I feel like that's a Pickle, and maybe it's just like no, maybe not even just Pickle. It could be like, so Pickle is the starter, but then like over time it evolves into that, and so like over time it just, it's just basically Pickle starts here, and then it gets there, and then eventually you see Yujiro have the demon back, and then it just keeps going from there.
Right. But something that like tells me that it's not Pickle is the way the scientists were talking about Pickle is like that's the average human being of that time. Like humans
Yeah.
had to be that good at fighting to be able to fight T-Rexes and shit, you know? So, but I mean, maybe other humans were just surviving in other ways, and you had like a very select few, Pickle being one of them. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they can do with that. Now, the caveman drawing, I remember the body type not being like Yujiro's body type. You know, he's got really long limbs, he's tall and stuff. And the caveman drawing looked a lot more like Biscuit Oliver, like that really wide frame. However, Yuichiro has that frame. Yujiro is dead. So I mean, to say that, you know, because Pickle has that tall, long-limbed kind of frame too. So it doesn't rule it out, is what I'm saying. Like it could be. You know, I'd like to see it. I would like it to be. Because I'm pretty sure Baki is Pickle's first friend.
I'm looking it up online. I looked up his back. It doesn't look like he has a demon back, but also, in some pictures it kind of does. And it's also, I'm looking at a Reddit post. Someone is saying, demon backs are not exclusive to Hanmas, which is also true because, like, when it was explained in the prison arc, it was explained as you have to do a certain type of workout routine to get the demon back. So, yeah, that's something I forgot about. I just watched it yesterday.
Well, I'm not sure. I don't remember how it was explained, but for it to just be a certain workout routine, it kind of doesn't make sense because, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but during his fight with Yujiro, his demon back appears. Like he was shirtless, and then in the middle of the fight, now his demon back is visible. Versus it wasn't, like it wasn't a demon back. And that doesn't mean like he didn't have the demon back before that fight. It's not like he unlocked it. It's just something that it's not always there. It's not permanently there.
You talking about Pickle?
No, I'm talking about Baki.
Oh, because
Pickle never had the demon back.
I don't know if like that was in the first series, because like Baki had the demon back when he fought against Oliver.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's it kind of seems like a mental thing. I think because Baki, his demon back didn't show in that fight until he started embracing the fact that he was Yujiro's son and he is a Hanma. Like he wanted to be like, I'm my own person. I got nothing to do with you, Dad. And then that wasn't working for him. So am I tripping? Am I remembering wrong?
I think you're right.
I think that was in the first series. I must have missed that one. That could be he unlocked it. Something. Unlocked it, new form. Started flexing hard or something. Or it could be a bloodline thing. But I remember like in the prison arc, like they said specifically like it's like a certain like rigorous training to get like this type of back.
Right. And there's only two people on Earth that have it. That's Yujiro and Baki. So that tells you right there how hard it is to get.
Yeah. I just searched it up. It's like not every Hanma has the demon back, but the Hanma bloodline does have the potential for it. And the demon back is a power boosting technique that involves flexing the back muscles to form a demon's face. So then it goes to explain Yujiro Hanma, why he's using it and stuff like that. Helps him overpower his enemies and stuff, all that. But like apparently it's a technique as well, and it's like I'm guessing it's easier for the Hanma because of their bloodline. But not every Hanma has it, but their bloodlines good
Yeah,
for
like,
it. Basically.
Jack doesn't have it.
Yeah.
But I'm
Jack's
pretty
also corrupted.
sure that's what.
Jack's also corrupted.
Yeah.
Well, Jack fucked up his body when he started using steroids.
Mm.
Yeah, because he was all, didn't look like a Hanma at all.
Right. So, Squall, rate the fight between Baki and Biscuit.
I'll give it a 7.
What the fuck? It's my favorite fight in all of anime. He's, I'll give it a slightly above average.
I
Was
don't
there-
know.
What?
It was
You gotta
just
defend your
kinda
point.
slow
You gotta
for me.
defend it.
It was just kind of slow to me. It's like I just remember like they were doing like witnesses like the first half of it was like Baki gets hit through the wall, and then they do the witness what's the word where they just explain shit from from like any standpoint, but they were doing it
Yeah,
through
they
a
did.
witness standpoint.
Right, that was like too much.
Exposition, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kept like it was like, oh yeah, Baki was stuck in the wall, and then just out of nowhere he was gone. He was sucked through the wall, or what? It's not a wall anymore, but it used to be a wall, and then he was just gone through 4 different cells, and then it went to another guy, and then I was kind of like hitting the plus 10 seconds thing, like to get through like some of that stuff. Like it was doing that pretty often, like, and then especially the part where Baki finally woke up and got his demon back, and then like it looked like Oliver just was about to like take a step forward, then he just falls on his face, and then it went to like this whole replay where they watched it on camera, and like they slowed it down frame by frame, and it was Baki actually went and hit him real quick, and then came back like so fast that it looked like he didn't do anything. And but yeah, they explained that part pretty often, so I was just like hitting plus 10. It was cool stuff. It was just that part was really, those things were really killing it for me. And then
Yeah.
the final part where it was like the pushing back, like when they were going blow for blow, that part was good. I liked that part. And then it ended up with Baki just headbutting the shit out of him through the wall and knocking him out. I really liked that part.
Yeah, that shit was extremely badass. That was it was just like Baki said, the perfect way to finish it, because it leaves no question in anyone's mind that Baki's better. I mean, he beat Biscuit at his own thing, for the victory. One of the things that I always note when I'm talking about this fight is when he still had the little thumb cuffs on him, and Biscuit, when he was in that solitary confinement, and Biscuit went in there, and when he put his foot on Biscuit's chest and said, "I'm talking about this, bitch," dude. Man, I'm telling you, I was screaming at my TV. I was like, "Baki, what the fuck, dude?" Like, I thought Baki was in over his head. And then it wasn't until the end of the fight when he was pushing him back, just going just blow for blow, just fucking annihilating him. That was when I went, "Oh, he wasn't in over his head. He fucking had this shit the whole time. He really is the second best in the world. No one but Yujiro could beat him." Like, the one thing I hated about that fight, that sphere technique that Biscuit did, I thought it was extremely stupid and just so anime. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. Like,
Yeah, I
Breaks
didn't
the
want to bring
immersion.
that part up. The Pac-Man technique, I guess. 7 Ninja Blame, what are your guys' thoughts on that final fight?
It's masculinity intensified. That's pretty much it. That was pure testosterone.
Yeah, it was really well. Like I really
Pure
enjoyed it. It was
testosterone.
one of the better fight scenes in it, in my opinion. And the show, especially how he's unchained up there with, like, I could say, like number 2 compared to Yujiro Hanma, because I don't know.
His
Everyone
internet's
in
bugging
the
out.
Brian, you
first
still
yet.
there?
I guess they're there to show him.
Wait,
They're there to
repeat
show him
that.
that, like,
Your
Hang
internet
on,
was
Brian.
cutting out.
Your internet was
I don't
fucking up.
my bad. Like that.
Nah.
I'm not gonna say Biscuit Oliver is up there with Yujiro Hanma, but he's like compared to be one of the strongest, you know, like in that category. And that Baki was just like here to say like, okay, I'm gonna take you down, and then take someone else down, and he's just going working as well, like self up to his dad. I enjoyed that because you're seeing it go through like I need to be able to beat him before I could try to beat him, because if I can't beat him, I have no choice, like no chance against my father. But I really enjoyed it, especially how Oliver was holding back a fucking helicopter. Don't know how you can really do that, but it was really good in my opinion.
All right, what are we thinking about? Let's, number 2 versus Oliver.
I think it was like part of me wants to say it was expected, but another part of me wants to say it was way too fast, because this prison is full of, you know, extremely badass dudes. I mean, Mike Tyson is in there, and he said he's not even top 10. And it's an inconsistency in the show right there, because Baki shadowboxed Mike Tyson in front of that kid in the first episode, and he was working up a sweat doing it. So, I mean, it was kind of inconsistent. I felt like that fight should have lasted a little longer, because it kind of makes Baki and Oliver look more like gods than people to the rest of these guys. And I mean, when you consider the way the show ends, when the opponents Baki has after Oliver, which is only Pickle and Yujiro, it's like it makes sense to do it like that, but at the same time, like, it doesn't have to be a select few people. Like it seems more, the fact that they did it like that made it seem more like it's a bloodline thing than a training thing. So it kind of takes it away from Baki in a way, for me. So yeah, it was too quick, in my opinion.
I thought it kind of spoke to just the gap in power. It's just like, you know, because it seems like to me like again, I'll bring up like the world champion versus what's his name, the kid that's like he's not a kid now, he's like supposed to be like 18, but he's like the Yakuza leader. Koza's Rami, that guy's name. Hanma.
I was gonna ask you, Hanayama. Yeah, he's the only one. Baki said him and Biscuit Oliver are the only ones that compare to Yujiro in strength.
And it's like they were like when it comes to the world star for the boxing and the Hanayama, it was a huge gap between those two. So like, honestly, I'm still a little bit surprised because Hanayama's kind of slow. Like, there are some fights that Baki has, or just anyone has, where like they're fighting like a guy that's like really slow and they're like way faster and they're still getting grabbed. I still can't figure that out. I'm still a little bit lost. But even then, you still saw a gap even way back then. So to go to like, let's say, number 2 versus Biscuit Oliver, it's not too surprising just because there's precedent. And it kind of just gives you that idea of that gap.
Right. But it kind of makes me wonder, like, so number two being obviously number two, right? The
Mhm.
strongest dude in that whole prison, where Mike Tyson isn't even top 10. For him to just be cannon fodder compared to Biscuit Oliver, it makes me wonder, like, how would Dopa Orochi fare against Biscuit Oliver? You know, how would
Mhm.
uh, Seeking Retsu fare against Biscuit Oliver? Like, how like, how much of a gap is it really? Because uh, uh, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to accept. It's hard to, like, I would have wrote it differently. You know, I
Here's the
mean,
thing.
like I said, these dudes are like, this whole prison is the baddest dudes in the
Mhm.
American prison system. It's not like this is just a prison and these are the baddest dudes here. The baddest dudes in the American prison system are all here. This is the worst of the worst. So I do feel like, you know, it kind of undermined the rest of the world. That's how I should say it.
Mhm.
It undermined the rest of the world to me, instead of elevating Baki, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. But getting back to Harayama, one of my favorite characters, I love his ideology on how to get stronger, which is, it's called no training, basically. He only gets better through actual fights. No training, no sparring. Um, because in like, his ideology is, when you're in a real fight, when your life is on the line, that's whenever you evolve the most. And so to him, if that's the only thing that he does, then he's gonna be like getting evolving way more than everybody else.
Um, to be honest, uh, I kind of like the idea that he, like, Mike Tyson's number, like, not even top 10. 'Cause then it just, I mean, that's good building. Like, all right, so Baki Hanma is higher than this guy. I could kind of see it. I'm not sure how well, like, let's say, like, a really well trained MMA fighter versus Mike Tyson in his prime, like, same weight classes. Like, who would win that fight? You know, because, like, boxing is kind of limited to just your hands a little, like, so, like, when it comes to, like grappling, jiu-jitsu, kicking, like, how would strictly boxing fare against those type of styles? Because, like, I feel like when Baki, like, decided to, like, screw the punches, let me go on with the kick and the shadow box and won. Like, I don't know how realistic that is, but I feel like that's kind of realistic.
I can tell you, it's not very realistic, because in the golden age of UFC, before people were training as children for specifically for mixed martial arts, when that sport was still growing, you had plenty fighters that were boxers, um, and learned wrestling before going into the octagon, that did really good. I can't think of any specifics right now. Um, I wanted to say Chuck Liddell, but he had some really good kicks, so I don't think it was him. But but boxers do fare really good, and I also feel like a lot of it is a size thing. Like, I've been watching fights my entire life with UFC since I was a little kid, and I'm pretty good at, like, analyzing things uh, when it comes to sports in general. And so, like, if you put Conor McGregor in the octagon with Floyd Mayweather, like, we saw what happened in the boxing, but in the octagon, it wouldn't go past the first round. However, if you was to take an MMA heavyweight and put him up against prime Mike Tyson and put them in the octagon, Mike Tyson has a fucking strong chance. So, like, a lot of it has to do with with strength in general, because wrestling, like being able to take somebody down and all of that, if they can just straight up overpower you, then your wrestling is almost useless.
Um, I remember watching like I saw a YouTube video of I forgot his name, but he did the first UFC fight ever. Like it was actually comical, like how different the rules are, how they are now. Like you're allowed to do like leg kicks when they're on the or head kicks when they're on the ground.
Awesome.
Yeah, it
They
was
have no
funny as
rules.
fuck. The refs were really bad at calling the fight
Yeah.
when it was over. But the first winner for like a while was Royce Gracie, I think his name was. He was like
Hoist Gracie.
Hoist
It's a
Gracie. He
R,
was,
but it's pronounced hoist.
yeah, so he was a little
Yeah.
tiny dude who was really good at like I forget what style. It was like jujitsu of some sort. But he was the one who
It's
kept kicking
jujitsu.
everybody's
He wound up
ass.
inventing. Yeah, it's jujitsu. He wound up inventing his own discipline called Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and
Hmm.
his family teaches it. He's had kids and nephews in the UFC that also did successful in the early days of UFC. But yeah, he's like the godfather of MMA. He reigned supreme for like 10 years when right when it started. He was untouchable. He was unbeatable.
Yeah, so he was like a little tiny guy going against a bunch of like big guys.
Just bored.
Yep,
Yeah, he was just
destroying them.
bored. Yeah.
So like I guess my point is if he could do something like that, maybe something like that could happen to Mike Tyson too, if like back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Like he was going against
Now,
a
as
bunch of
far
like
as
oh go ahead.
as far as like a boxer going against somebody who has disciplined kicks, like the the response to that is a blow is a blow. Whether it's my knuckles, my elbow, my shin, or my knee, or my forehead, impact is impact. So, you know, they're gonna surprise the boxer at first with, you know, some of those kicks because he's not used to looking for it and stuff like that. But it's not anything like, oh, because I can kick, I'm gonna win. That's not, you know, if you take a boxer and put him in a kickboxing match, the boxer's probably still gonna win.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's just maybe at like a right time, like holding back all your kicks, so he lets his guard down, not even looking for kicks until like the final round or mid rounds ish, then just out of nowhere, whoosh, a nice little
Yeah,
Bruce Lee kick to the face. Surprisingly, would probably would get him. I would probably knock him out.
that's definitely something that would work. In fact, one of the strategies that boxers use, especially in low pro and high amateur fights, is to stay on defense for most of your fight. If you know your opponent is gonna be, he's not the kind of guy that has a lot of longevity. If none of his fights ever made it past the fifth or sixth round, you stay on defense for a while and you let him tire himself out until that seventh and eighth round, and then you start attacking the body, and you'll knock him out with fucking liver damage, with organ failure and shit like that. So yeah, if to hold back a kick and something like that until way later in the fight, you would almost certainly knock out the boxer. But I will say this, for the boxer, is that they all of their discipline is in their hands. So if you have been training with your hands and your feet, you're taking 100% of what you have and limiting it now to 50, versus this guy's fighting at 100%. So he's gonna outclass you, and you better hope you're a tough motherfucker to be able to last long enough to get him tired to start surprising him with those kicks.
Fairly good point.
I seen something a while back. And I think it specifically was UFC. A guy kept kicking this other guy in the same leg over and over and over, and it eventually, even though his defense was strong, it started to break him down. Just simply because, like, you keep hitting the same location, things are gonna start puffing up. Your legs, your structure is gonna go break down. Maybe something like that could maybe end up working for him in the end.
Right. That's actually, dude, leg kicks are fucking brutal. I mean, it's the most underutilized technique in all of fighting in general. Like, I don't know if y'all ever had to take some leg kicks, but whether it lands on your shin or on your thigh, those things, if you ain't trained for them, if you ain't took them in the gym preparing for it, that shit fucking hurts bad. It'll put you down, like, for real.
Yeah, I think I saw that UFC fight you're talking about, Seven Ninja. Like, I think the guy still won who took all them leg kicks, but after like the post fight interview, they carried him off because he looked like he was putting on a straight face for the interview, but afterwards they carried him off. He was like, he
once the
looked like he
adrenaline
was
wears
fucked.
off. He was fucked up. I know exactly what fight you're talking about. I don't remember the names, but that dude was bedridden for like a week after. His whole leg, I think they said he almost had nerve damage from all the damage that he took. Yeah. Which, I mean, and I'll be the first to say it. I don't care if he hears me say this or not. He's fucking stupid for letting it get that far.
Yeah.
Because he should have been figuring out counters. He should have been, I mean, people say, oh, you can't counter a leg kick. You have to check it or dodge it. That's not fucking true. If a motherfucker throws 10 leg kicks in a row, the 11th one, I'll fucking throw an elbow at his goddamn leg. Like, you can see that shit coming. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of let that happen to himself. I don't know if that was a pride thing where he just wanted to see if he could or what. I don't know. But
yeah, I can't remember the fight clearly. I'm guessing he just forgot. Like,
I don't even
he
think
kept
I'd let it
getting
get that
caught
far.
off guard. What was that?
I don't think I could even let it get that far. Like, after maybe the first two would catch me, but like after a while, it's just like, bro, like he's probably gonna do it again. If I don't do something about it, he's gonna do it again. Like,
Yep,
So,
shame on fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That goes with like almost everything.
right.
Yeah. All right,
now,
let's
Squall,
bring it.
what I posted, don't if you don't want to, don't do it. But if we want to react to that,
Yeah, I already.
Let me get
It's
to-
basically Conor McGregor, like, but we're Chris Weidman instead. Because Conor McGregor
you're
got
talking about-
leg checked and then broke his leg in a fight.
Oh shit.
Bro,
So
do
the
you guys
same
remember-
thing that happened to Anderson Silva while fighting Chris Weidman also happened to Chris Weidman. I did not know that. Holy crap.
do you guys remember when it was a while back? I forgot how many years, but they were playing basketball. I don't know if it was college or NBA, but this dude takes a huge jump, and when he lands, he breaks his
It's
knee
NBA.
and his parts of his knees sticking out of his leg, like his bones. Did you have you?
Yeah, his shin.
I
I
was like-
remember that happened when I was in high school. So somewhere between 2010 and 2014. It was I don't remember who it was. I don't even remember what team. But yeah, he catches a rebound, I believe. And when on the way down, however he landed, for whatever reason, his shin snaps in half and his like out the outside of it. So like this is my right side, like the bone is sticking out this way of the shin. I mean of the calf, basically.
Yeah. Man. Like after that happened, I kind of felt like, like when Peter Griffin's like hurts his knees, he's just like, When I see that, bro, I was feeling that the whole time. Oh man. But that maybe that just plays another role, and like, you gotta get your calcium up. Of course, he could have just landed wrong, but you gotta keep your calcium, gotta get your bones strong. Hey, you probably down that like during the during the podcast.
Yeah, he downed that right as you said that. That was
Yeah, I
some
just did it
Baki
so quick the
quickness.
camera couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, that's some Baki quickness
I
right
like-
there, bro.
I like how he showed it with a cup of milk right next to me too.
I was drinking milk with before I turned the video on. I had one of these. Remember those noodles I told you all about?
Those
It's a
are
fucking
fire.
awesome combo. Yeah, those lo mein, chow mein, whatever noodles, and I mixed this in with it. Let me get the glare out of it. Fajita. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fajita flavored. Yeah, premium white chicken and fajita flavored sauce. Dude, it's an immaculate combo. Those teriyaki chow mein noodles, that's like $1 a pop with a bag of great value fajita flavored chicken. I can't get enough of it. I mean, as a matter
Look
of
at the
fact, I'll show you.
chef.
I'll show
Look
you
at
how
the
much.
chef.
Give me 1 second.
Dude needs to go on
them
Food
ramen noodles
Wars.
Hitting different. The noodles be hitting different, bro. I'm telling you.
What's the main character's name of Food Wars? He reminds me just of him, Soma.
Soma,
Diva.
yeah, Soma.
Yeah.
Soma.
I fucking bought the case for each one of these damn things.
Bro.
I
Just
cooked
grab the whole box off the shelf.
But I
Dude,
got
did you ever watch?
done
Oh, go
cooking
ahead.
in like the beginning of the podcast. I boiled chicken for way too longer than I thought I was like supposed to. Apparently supposed to boil chicken for like 30-40 minutes. That's wild. And some chicken flavored rice. It was gas. I recommend it.
Did you ever watch
You
Food
can,
Wars,
like,
Hunter?
Go ahead.
I caught a couple episodes on Toonami. It was fucking awesome. And I really love how sexy they make the girls look.
Yeah, you remind me just of the main character of Food Wars. How you just like pull up all these random combos with your food.
I'll have to give it a shot. I mean, I liked watching it. I'd catch it on Toonami when I was working offshore. And like I said, it was fun to watch. And like I love food. I love learning how to cook, better. I love cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do is cook. Like,
yeah.
honest to God, having a few friends over and having an outside burner, like a propane stove, and just cooking like a good shrimp stew or a jambalaya or some shit with a bunch of friends over, and we're all just sipping on some beers and shit. That's one of my favorite things in the world, if I'm being honest.
All right, last little thing I wanted to bring up about Baki. I saw a lot of similarities between Baki and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What do you guys think? Like in terms of like the fighting, the slowing down,
I'm
the
trying to-
talking.
I
Huh?
haven't seen it.
I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. Like, I feel like most anime does that's shonen, and like, maybe not as in detail as like Baki does, but to some degree they kind of do that. So, I guess I see somewhere where you're coming from.
It's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was like the first one that like I've seen that does like the fighting like that, where they do like a hit, then they explain it and go into detail on it. Cause like the most ones that I watch, like My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Ball, like they don't really normally slow down and talk about like the hit. I mean, My Hero Academia, from all the ones I usually watch, does it the most. But even then, there's like at least a little bit more fighting before they like kind of take a break and then start talking about it and stuff.
Well, the thing about JoJo is a lot of psychological warfare. Like every fight you go into is going to be like that. The simplest fights are actually going to be the season 1. Like he talks about what is it? not Hanma, whatever. Anyway, Sun Power, right? He talks a lot about it, but it's like he's still like very new to it. Versus like when you see Joseph Joestar, he's over here extending his fingers, throwing these clackers. I think that's what they are. Anyway, they kind of remind me of bolas. He's throwing these clackers at the guy. He's using his hot. It's right there on my tongue, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. But
what, the energy in JoJo's
like
Bizarre Adventure?
yeah, like it starts with an H, I believe. But anyway, like a lot of what happens, even in we could even go with like 3 because 3 is like dealing with stands. Just trying to figure out how a stand works, and once they figure it out, like how to beat it. A lot of it is more like the unknown, and then once you figured it out, like how what you can do against it. And so sometimes it means that like, hey, this time the Joestar guy is not gonna be the one that fights him. It's gonna have to be
Hamon.
the dude with the Firebird. Hamon, yeah. And so like it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, at least before Steel Ball Run, I know for certain at least, is a lot of psychological warfare. Like there's some power, sure. I think you see the most power in season 3, and mostly really about besides Polnareff with steel. He's got a rapier. But besides Polnareff being the speedster versus like Jotaro being the power and speedster, it's really outside of that, it would be just Dio and Polnareff to have that more raw power battlefield kind of experience. You look like you got something to say, Cold Sauce. You had that stank face on you or something, whatever that was.
You know what's another show that sometimes kind of over explains the details of a punch or a kick or a certain move? There's this new author. The brand is called Gravity. I want to say the name is of the author is Hunter Bro. Yeah. I really like explaining it to give the reader like or the audience as much of a perspective on like if this shit happened to you, like this is what's happening in this punch, you know. So I won't say I like it or dislike it. It's just to me, it's just a different style.
Oh, you reminded me of something. Hey, Hunter, I think you'll like this.
Hey, got his sound, and he
So it's
missed
a
it anyway.
carrot.
All right.
So that one's gonna be in the After Hours Gamers Discord on the soundboard. I ran out of space in the Great Nimbus Debate soundboard.
Would it even be linked? Well,
Uh,
if he's got Nitro, he should be fine.
oh shit.
If he's got Nitro, it should be fine. But if it's not,
It says
Oh.
add sound for me. There's only 4 sounds in there.
In After Hours Gamers?
No, in what we're in right now.
What the fuck? Ah shit. I'm gonna have to
you
change
basically
it.
have to have
Shouldn't be in
Nitro.
right now.
Ah, damn. Forgot about that. Alright, I'll have to get rid of something then on Great Nimbus Debates. What should I get rid of? Got this. Got this.
Well, we need that.
Oh
This
shit!
one.
Here we go again.
Get rid of that one.
I think this one would be best.
Yeah, I was thinking that one too.
Like we're not really doing a lot of that these days.
Yeah, it's more of you trying to suggest it for other people to start shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, take that
I
one
think the
out.
last 1v1 that we had was me versus Pope when we was talking about Frieza. He had brought up the Frieza race. If they train from the beginning, and whenever I started agreeing with what he was saying, he changed his shit up. So Ninja was like, fucking 1v1. And
I know we're talking about anime. Did we talk about gaming yet or anything? Did I miss that by any chance?
Nah, we
Minecraft
did not.
is
Yeah,
our
it's,
next
it's
topic.
yeah, we're gonna switch over. Hang on. All right, now it should be in the soundboard now. I checked the soundboard for Great Nimbus Debates. It should be there now.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. All right, and
Alrighty.
gaming segment starts now.
Fight for the light, so the dolphins glow. Fight for the right, feel the power flow. Fight with all our might, and the truth will show.
There's groups that do that.
Yeah, we can do that. So game we will talk about today is Minecraft. I haven't played too much of it. I know the gist of it, but I think it would be a good topic because they got a new movie coming out. I think Blaine, you're the Minecraft specialist here, right?
Yeah, I've been
Definitely.
on that Minecraft grind. My bad.
Nah, you're
I
good.
did not mean to say grind.
What you mean by that?
But Minecraft grind?
Oh, you meant grind, not grind.
Yeah. Yeah, like I did not mean to say grind at all. Like my I swallowed a little bit of spit when I said that and made my vocal all fucked up. On that Minecraft grind.
All right, well, give us a rundown of the game.
Okay, so really it's all about creativity. There's no really story to it. You could do it however you really want, but they're always adding new stuff to it, which I really like. Like I played it and at first I played it a couple of months ago and you had the ancient cities, and when I just started playing it again about a month or so ago, you have these new things called trial chambers, which I haven't been out and explored yet. But I'm guessing you have to do trials and you get really good loot. They're always adding new ores to make. They added netherite like last year, which can't burn in lava now and stuff like that, so you don't lose your stuff. It's the highest material now. But you could literally go straight for the Ender Dragon, or you could fight the Wither, do all this other stuff, or you could just slowly go to it and make sure you have all this good armor, good weapons, and stuff like that. But it's all really how you play the game. You could just not beat it and just focus on building your own world, which is kind of what I do. So it's really all about imagination. Whatever you could think of, you could most likely build it. It's just square. So like circles are hard, really hard, super hard. But really, that's really it. It's all about like it's creativity. It's like you get to build your own world. These mechanics, of course, but like the potential is limitless. Like I've seen people build like these really cool big ass mansions, castles, some floating islands, stuff I couldn't think of. And like on my world, like 2 weeks ago, I made a nether portal that looks like a sword that's stuck into the ground. But really, what your imagination can think of, you can build it.
Yeah,
So like
I
the whole
think-
movie aspect is weird with like how there's really not a story to it, but there is, depending on how you play. So I'm looking forward to the movie to see what like the story possibly is. That's the only reason I'm probably gonna watch it, is for like to see
Did
how
you
the
see the
story
trailer?
goes. I haven't.
Yes. Oh, you have?
Yeah. No, I have. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
The trailer kind of makes it seem like these people just get stuck in this new world, and Steve is gonna help them figure out how to get out.
Yeah.
Be it.
I kind of don't like the idea that like they're even there. Honestly, I think
Yeah, 'cause-
that if we just started with Steve as like an unknown, he just popped up, whatever, and then like maybe his end goal is just to slay the Ender Dragon because it comes through in the main world and sets fire to a bunch of villagers' homes. And the villagers can be a little more fleshed out. We're not talking about like what they look like now, but they look more like just random customized versions of Steve or whoever female Steve is. And so something like that I think would have been a better idea versus I don't really like I think we talked about it with the Transformers movie, how they're like no humans in there. It's like I'm not a big fan of taking the real life aspect and then shoving it into a game. Like I don't want to see that. I kind of would if you're gonna do that, let it be somebody that they just woke up there. They're just there. And they're trying to
Yeah.
live out their life in that world. Kind of in a formal way, kind of like an isekai, but just from the player's perspective, I guess.
I think
Yeah, which is like,
I think you're right. I think that like at first, like if you told me to write a Minecraft movie with just Steve, I would have been like, how the fuck am I gonna do that? Like that's gonna be boring as hell. I'm gonna have over an hour of just one dude by himself doing shit. But the fact that Jack Black is playing Steve, Jack Black narrating that could carry that whole movie. If it's literally just him, like, oh well, I'm gonna try to do this. No, never mind. Like Jack Black could do it. So I don't know.
yeah, that's like my thing is you are like the main person in Minecraft. Like Steve, we know nothing about him. We just know he's there. You start with nothing. You have to literally survive. It's like a survival game if you play it in survival. And
It is
like
a
we have these
survival
other
game.
people coming. If you have these other people coming in from the world that like, okay, so that links it with something, but we know nothing about Steve. So if it was just Steve and how he like is, because we have villagers that look nothing like Steve. We got these evil creatures, like villagers. We got pillagers, which is like the evil villagers. Got all this stuff, iron golems and everything, but we don't know like the lore explained behind it. And another thing is, I've beat Minecraft before, and when you kill the Ender Dragon, it goes through this long paragraph of stuff, and like at the end of it, it says, "This is just the beginning. You're waking up now," and then you wake up where you're last slept, which is your new spawn point, and that's where that's where you end out of it. So I think it might like I'm gonna watch it for the story. That's how I'm gonna watch it for, is to see what the story might possibly be.
It could have literally did a whole like they could have maybe done like a 3-part movie. It could have done like number one is like focused on pure world building, just like building out like again we have the regular villagers, but then like Minecraft's upgraded since then, and so they could do like again customized versions of Steve and female Steve, or customized versions of the different villagers, and then maybe see him build an army over time because he learns about the dragon, or the dragon attacks something. Maybe he's got an instinctual hero like personality or whatever, or in a formal way something happened where he lost a lot because of that dragon. But the simple idea is we start with world building, then like maybe just seeing the overall world of Minecraft, then he builds his army inside of number 2. So number 1's forming connections. Number 2 is he's building his army, maybe training different members, upgrading their technology, something like that. And by number 3, they're fighting the dragon inside the Underworld, and they realize just how dangerous it is. And maybe even after they've beaten the dragon, it could come out and it's like, okay, yeah, you beat the dragon, but now everything that was inside of there is coming to the main world. So what are you going to do there? And so that's like the 4th movie. Like, and so like again, it comes to that idea of, okay, I'm the player, and I think Jack Black could sell it cold sauce 100%. I think he could, but it brings the idea of I'm the player. I'm following my story, and then this is what ends up happening throughout those 4 movies. And I think again, I'm brought back to that idea of I love Transformers for the Transformers themselves. I don't like the idea of having the humans or the the human aspect. I'm not a big fan of that. If you're going to show that off, that's I'll take it this route. In some isekais, they bring their culture over. If you're going to bring that culture over, it needs to be coming from specifically Steve, and that's the only one.
Yeah, yeah. So like we was talking about, like after the Ender Dragon, there's more stuff. Which like after you beat the Ender Dragon, you have these things like these little portals at the end that you throw Ender Pearl in, which helps you teleport, and you go into
Mhm.
something called like this other dimension of the end, like this other area of the end where you have these things called like end cities, which are with shulkers, which give you levitation if you get hit by them. But you go through there, you find this stuff called elytra, which with bottle rockets, fireworks that don't blow up,
Mhm.
you fly like it's wings. And it's just, and another thing that I hope they do in the movie, because you have a place called the Nether, and in the Nether, you move one block in the Nether, it's 8 blocks in the overworld. So a lot of people, which I've done it too, is you can sync Nether portals up to where for easier, faster travel because of how the 1 block Nether, 8 block overworld. So I hope they utilize that too, because that would be a really good mechanic to put into the movie. But like how you were saying it with behind Steve, like I would like to know more about him, and with these new people, like we don't know who they are. We never seen anyone other than Steve and Alex in the game. That's
Mhm.
so I would like to know who these people are. If it expanded more on the player option of just Alex and Steve, and then you have all these other people that did different things in Minecraft, that would be different.
Mhm.
But like Minecraft is for the player. It's not your story to build. Making a movie behind it, that's like the only part to watch is to try to see what like Mojang's thought was when making Minecraft, what their story was throughout it all.
Mahjong.
Mhm.
The biggest sin to me was the live action mixing with the animated part. Like, just
Mhm.
why not just animate Steve? I don't get it. And like Jack Black
Makes
has
sense.
that big beard and stuff. Steve doesn't have a beard,
No, he has
which I
like
don't know. That's
he
a
has like
dumb
a
complaint.
goatee. He has like a goatee. That's what
I
that
just
little dark area is under his mouth.
it just feels so off to me. Like looking at the trailer and the still shots for sure. For one, like you very easily could have just animated it. Like you could have just had a
Mhm.
full animation on it. But also like what I'm thinking about when I watch the trailer is it's gonna feel so weird. Like seeing Jack Black and feeling comfortable, like Jack Black's an old friend. I've seen him in plenty of movies. Seeing Jason Momoa, feeling comfortable because I've seen him in plenty of movies. And then these random ass kids, like it's everything about the casting part of it is just so not right to me.
Mhm.
It's like oil and water. It's not mixing good. It doesn't look like it's gonna be a good mix.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, yeah.
agree with Jack Black possibly is a decent option for the movie, but definitely having Jason Momoa in there is like, what the fuck is he doing there? That's definitely weird for me.
The trailer
I'm
gave
pretty
me
sure.
the vibes of "Hello, fellow kids." You remember
I
that
don't know.
phrase?
No.
But like when hold on, bro. There's a guy. It's a whole. I'll bring it up. Bring it up, bro. Bring it up. But it gives me that
Okay.
It gives me a vibe of like the old people who are trying to be hip, if you will. They're trying to hang out with the cool kids, if you will. And that's the whole issue I have with the trailer. Like when I saw the trailer, that was the very first thought I had was it feels like they're. Well, I guess you could say it's a cash grab. It feels like they're just trying to. It feels like they're just trying to like be cool with like the kids, I guess. instead of just instead of going straight into like, here's a good story, let's focus on Steve and all that. They're trying to. It's a vibe I have to give you.
Which
Yeah.
I like. I don't know if y'all have ever like. There's supposedly this like other person in Minecraft called Herobrine. He's like super strong and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They do something with that would be nice and everything because he's like supposed to be like that god, like the god or whatever. Like it's Steve with white eyes. And I've seen, compared to the movie, what I've seen from the trailer, I've seen better stuff fans have animated of Minecraft, like fan animations of Minecraft. I've seen really good stuff of that. So it's gonna be a big hit or miss, and it's right now it's leaning on the miss side. But like I said, I'm most likely gonna watch it for just try to see what the whole like what they're trying to get at with the story and all that stuff, because we're used to it being you make the story, you do it how you want to. You don't even have to pay attention to go beat the Ender Dragon if you don't want to, type of deal. So what they do with this story will be interesting to see, especially if they do decide to put it in to where you go to the Nether, to get stuff, to then go to the end to do the end stuff and all that.
Yeah.
I really,
Go ahead.
I really don't think it's gonna be as bad as people on the internet are saying. Like everybody's shitting on it really hard, but I just feel like it's still gonna be watchable. Like I don't think I don't think it's gonna be one of those movies where I'm gonna walk away from it. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it if I start it.
Yeah,
So
I wanna watch it just because Jack Black's in it, and like I haven't seen a movie with Jack Black in a long time. Like I don't know if he's even been in any films recently besides this one.
Jumanji.
Well, he had Kung Fu Panda 4 come up.
Oh, Jumanji.
People hated that one though.
He hated Kung Fu Panda 4?
People hated 4. Like I remember seeing a lot of flack on 4, but I think it had more to do with that the girl Aquafina voices and the main villain not really being that important.
Yeah, and then he did Super Mario Bros. Too. He was
he was
Bowser.
Bowser. I enjoyed him as Bowser. I did.
He did a really
I enjoyed
great
Super Mario altogether.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, Super Mario was really good.
But then
That's
also
the latest
they
work
kept
I've
it
heard.
as Mario. I love that they kept it like all CGI though in Super Mario. I was a big fan of that. What in the world am I?
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I really do enjoy that idea because he wasn't originally in that world, but I've always kind of felt like with Mario, like what's a plumber doing, in like Toadstool area. So like seeing that transition to me made more sense. But it also helped me because they said, well, we're not going to bring real people into this. No, this is literally the same animated style for both sides. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, the Mario movie was perfect. There's no other way to put it. You could not have made a better Mario movie. They had every freaking thing. I mean, they even had Donkey Kong in there, and it was still perfect. Which I mean, Donkey Kong that's how Mario got started. We all know that. He started off as Jumpman before there was ever a Mario game. But like, there was so much shit that they fit in that one movie. You had Baby Mario and Luigi. They had even elements of Luigi's Mansion in there when Luigi was lost at first. That movie did great. It was all CGI. The only thing that I still bring up to this day that's like, why did they do this? Was Chris Pratt being Mario. Because like even like I had to remind myself that it was Chris, like while watching it. It just sounded like Mario. So why would you spend all that money on this A-list actor if he's just gonna do Mario's voice anyway?
I gotta give it to him though. He did a good job. He did
He
a
did
great
an
job.
awesome Mario. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was Chris Pratt till you said that.
Yeah. I didn't know till you said it either.
All right, real quick, a word from our sponsors. This sponsorship is from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator. They didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversation or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they felt a pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now's the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, we are just happy if you watch us on Rumble. All right. Hopefully that
Good
little
job,
blunder
Skull.
I did.
All right.
Hopefully that little blunder I did in the beginning didn't reject my 67 cents I'm getting from that.
A sponsor's
They need
a
more
sponsor.
sponsors.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the gameplay a little bit. When I first started the game, I think I just started with the wrong friends, you know? Like, they were just like,
Mhm.
they basically like, we're like, hey, hop on this game, we'll buy it for you, blah, blah, blah. Hopped on it, got the game, downloaded it, started it up. And then they were just like, they put me in a world with them. They're like, all right, just do whatever. I'm like, fuck you mean do whatever? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do in this game. Like, they were just like the worst explainers you can have when it came to this game. Maybe like it's just them, because like I kind of didn't know what to do, and like still, if you put me in this game, I still don't know what to do. I'm just gonna, one time I did try to build a Kami's lookout up in the sky, but yeah, someone said it here, like the circles were really hard to make, so I was having the hardest time just making the circle for his lookout.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
It was tough.
The fucking now I've yet to see. I've been saying this ever since like Minecraft came out with being able to share your world seeds and like or letting people download your world seeds, like to where they can spawn the world that you built but not have to join your server and be in your particular world. They're basically just download the blueprint. For some reason, I still never seen someone make the Dragon Ball Z world. Because you can make Kami's Lookout, Capsule Corp, Kame House. There's a bunch of landmarks to make, and I've never seen nobody do it. So obviously, Minecraft doesn't have a lot of DBZ fans. Which is fine. Minecraft sucks. It's for losers. But no, it's surprising to me. It's very surprising to me that I haven't seen a DBZ themed Minecraft world.
Which,
There-
you can go ahead, Squall.
There kind of is. Like, one of my friends, like a few years ago, found like a DBZ mod for the game, where like you can choose to be a Saiyan. You can go through like Namek, the Saiyan arc, and stuff like that, and then get Super Saiyan all the way to like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. I think he even went Grade 8 mode. But for some reason on my like PC that I was working on, like the auras weren't working. Like it was just doing like a black aura when it should have been in color. But like that one was pretty cool.
Which I like because about Minecraft is because I've had it on every console gen I've ever owned. I've had it from the Xbox 360 to the current one I have now. Um, I've had it since it came out, basically. Which back on the Xbox 360, they did these collabs with Halo, and there's another one I can't remember. Like the Halo
Yeah,
like little world that was
I had
already
the
built
Master
that you
Chief
could down
skill.
like play with. Yeah, like all that. It's like they were having these big like collaborations with people, but like not a straight like Dragon Ball Z or anime ones, stuff like that was like not as cool, but like the parts where you could just download a texture pack and then fucking have the energy sword and stuff like that was cool. But really, it mods have come a long way now. So like you were saying, Squall, Dragon Ball Z mod. I haven't really looked into the mods. I like playing just normal vanilla Minecraft.
Okay. Let's see. Other than that, like if yeah, it's just like the Dragon Ball Z one I did enjoy, but when you put me by myself, it's just like I don't really know what to do in that game. I'd like start digging, mining. Let me see what freaky stuff I can find.
You mine and craft. It's like
It's a it's the hell up. It's a very uh it's a very bland survival game. I mean it's more bland than Ark, even in terms of survival games. And I mean Ark is still actually kind of fun. I can't get Blaine to play it, but yeah, there's like nothing to do in Minecraft. If you can't entertain yourself, you should not be playing Minecraft.
yeah, that's what I like about it so much for me personally is it's just like all these things I can come up with I could probably do in Minecraft. Like I don't really focus on just trying to beat the game, like I said. It's just about the world building for me. Like if I want to build this really cool like fortress, I can and I will and stuff like that. And for me it's more fun in survival to do that because you have to go and explore and get the like the materials you want and stuff like that. It takes longer for sure, but and then you have to fight all these monsters and stuff. But like Hunter was saying, it's like the blandest of the bland when it comes to survival, but it's also up there with creativity of the player.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I know there's like not a generation, but like a area of gamers who actually kind of enjoy the whole building stuff, and like creating and survival and stuff. I think me and Hunter, we're more on the we want to beat shit up type of vibe.
Oh yeah, that's completely understandable because I get into those vibes too.
Mm.
Like I was telling y'all earlier, I just downloaded Final Fantasy 15 and all that. But yeah, it's just focused around your imagination and stuff like that. It's way better with friends and stuff like that. I play it solo, which is very difficult to like really enjoy, but once you figure out, it's like, yeah, it gets fun. Especially when you see what you had in your mind come to life, even if it's not exactly how you imagine it, because it's hard to like get the builds right. You still be like, yeah, I thought of it, I made it, I'm happy with it, and then, but it gets confusing because there's math involved with it. Like I was saying, 8 blocks in the overworld is 1 block in the nether and stuff like that. You have to divide your exact location by 8 and stuff like that to find it in the nether of where you want something to be built at, and then you have to find all that. And then redstone, the redstone mechanic, don't get me started on that. That has to do with a lot of math. I have a buddy who is super smart and he can't scratch the surface of redstone. I've seen someone build I've seen someone play Minecraft in Minecraft with redstone.
I've seen that.
And
I've
then,
seen that.
yeah. And then like redstone's really complicated, and like when it comes to brewing potions, you have to know what to mix with here to do this to get the exact potion you want. So it's a hard game to a certain extent, depending on what you're trying to do.
I play Minecraft to unwind, but I'm really just like, especially if it's a hard day, I don't really feel like thinking too much. Like Minecraft,
gotta-
sometimes I'll just
yeah.
sit there on top of a tree or something, and I'll be just like listening to the music while I'm just staring at like a cat fight like a bee or whatever. So like it's for me it's a very unwinding game sometimes. I'm kind of one of those people where I really just like instead of just trying to go fight something, I'll probably if I'm not trying to build a house, I'll just try to see how deep I can go into the ground, and then maybe I'm collecting diamonds, trying to build like walkways, seeing what enemies I can fight down there while I'm at it. Sometimes an Enderman shows up, you know, whatever. But sometimes for me, and I kind of did this on a Fortnite Lego, because they have like a kind of system like that. It's really just seeing like what's the depths I can go, what's how many paths can I find, can I get lost, what's possible, I guess. And so that's kind of what I usually do. Now whenever I start like whenever I start creating, I actually would rather be on create mode, just because like for me specifically, there is that anxiety of if I place the wrong thing, then I have to like go find those pieces again, versus if I'm on create mode, I can just like place it down or break it. And I used to have friends where like it would be like a whole vast vista of like just different characters from different cartoons, games, stuff like that. Sometimes I would see like a whole like Cole South Starma with the Dragon Ball Z world. I would see whole places like that. So for me, it's I don't think I'll ever say I'm on the level of making stuff to that level, but just like sometimes I feel like being a survivor, and sometimes I feel like being a creator.
I think
that's what like
the biggest problem in Survivor Minecraft is the amount of enemies that spawn at nighttime. If there wasn't so many, because it becomes like I don't even want to fucking play this. They spawn killing me, damn near, and like if it wasn't for that, and then also one time I was on survival mode and I got sick of the enemies, so I built a big ass fence around where I wanted to build what I was building, and it was the fence, like the wooden fence thing that you can craft and enclosed in it, like a complete fence, and they were spawning within the fence line. So it's like, do you want me to have fun playing this game, or do you want me to keep dying and rage quit? Because right now I keep dying and I'm rage quitting.
when it comes to like monster spawning, they can't spawn in certain light levels, so that's why you see like places lit up and stuff like that, because monsters can't spawn in the light. So that's why there's not really monsters spawned in daytime except for creepers, because they're just built different. I don't like them. But they won't spawn with like lights and torches at night and stuff like that. So you really got to work on lighting and stuff if you don't want monsters spawning where you're in your Pacific area. That's what I had to work on my world, because I'll come out and there'll be witches, skeletons, zombies, endermen, and all this, and then I just went out and lighted everything up.
The more we talk about it,
The
the
witches
more
are the weirdest
I'm
thing for me.
thinking. The more I'm thinking, like I just play with the wrong friends. Like like these guys. One of the guys wanted to blow up everything we built, and he was pissing me off because I would spend like 2-3 hours trying to make Kami's lookout, and like he wanted to blow it up. I had to like fight tooth and nail to like have someone take away his admin powers or whatever, so he wouldn't do that. And then like after
in his front yard.
I know, for real. I did want to physically harm him. But and then like later, I log in like a week or two later, log back on my Kami's Lookout. Like I'm like facing the back of Kami's Lookout, turn to the front. These fuckers put a Homer Simpson right in front of my Kami's Lookout with Down syndrome. So he had like his same big head, but it was like cut in half, and he just looked like a blank stare. I was like, I hate playing this game because of these guys.
Hey, you're
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing
it
with
really
that's
does
the wrong
trolls.
one.
involve who you play with. Yeah, it
It
involves who
don't-
you play around with
It
too.
don't matter what you playing. If you're playing with trolls, you ain't gonna have fun.
Yeah.
That's why them motherfuckers ain't got no friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Final thoughts on some Minecraft? That's my final thoughts.
They can make the movie way better, and they just need to take the real world out of
You
it.
don't know that. You ain't even seen the movie.
Bro, come on, come on, come on.
It might be fucking
Cold
awesome.
sauce.
It might be awesome.
Listen. Look, okay, I will make that. I will say that's a possibility. But come on, cold sauce. Come
It is a
on.
possibility.
You know they.
And don't
They
even
could've-
say that. Don't even say that. Oh, they're mixing live action with cartoons. How could it work? Fucking Space Jam did it twice, and it worked really good
Bro,
both
Sonic did it.
times. Yep,
Sonic did
Sonic
it
did
too.
it.
And I enjoyed Sonic.
I think.
I did enjoy
I
Sonic.
mean, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed it, but like, what if like
Roger
Sonic
Rabbit.
was? Yeah, I watched that. But like, what if Sonic was just actually in his world? Like
Like
I know
Mario
they got
movie.
Sonic
I would have rather
cartoons.
see that.
Yeah, like the Mario movie.
I would
that's
have
what I'm
much
saying,
rather
like-
see that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the main reason we probably got a lot of Sonic movies in general is because they're not doing that. Like, it probably doesn't even. That doesn't surprise me now I think about it. But like, I would still. I think it's cool to see how they made Dang, why am I forgetting his name? But I think it's cool like how they did Eggman in there and how he's doing all his robots.
Jim
I think it's
Carrey.
somewhat cool to see Jim Carrey. I like the idea of him in a formal way, like how Yujiro just kind of shoves does that big dick energy. He kind of does the same thing there. I think it's kind of cool to see how like how powerful he can get and how he started stuff like that. I think that's fine, but in my eyes, Eggman's a part of Sonic's world, not the other way around. So
Right.
like to see him in there, because and another thing, like we see characters coming from his world, but like I've seen human civilization. I don't know how many times. I'm here, bro. I don't need to see this place.
Yeah.
This place is super expansive. Let me see it, bro. Let me experience. Let me immerse myself in it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. In fact, I'm glad you brought up Eggman in the Sonic movies because that was something that they did it better than the video games. The fact that
Mhm.
like when I'm watching that movie, when Eggman was on the scene, I was like, this is a powerful fucking dude. Like this is a real threat.
Mhm.
But in the video games, I'm looking at Eggman and I'm like, Sonic is gonna kick this dude's fucking ass. This dude is nothing for Sonic. So
Mhm.
yeah, that part of it was really good. But I will say, as far as a Sonic movie is concerned, I want them to do the story from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. If they do a movie like that.
I think Shadow's in the third. I could
Yeah,
be wrong
I
in
heard
that, but I think
that.
Shadow is in the third.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah,
But I want
it's
to
the
see
second one. Knuckles got
wanna s-
introduced, and the third one,
Yeah.
Shadow.
I want to see a full on, like you said, a CGI Sonic movie, like the way they did Mario. I want to see all the characters. I want to see Amy. I want to see. I don't want to see Silver. No, I'm not a big fan of Silver. But Eggman, Metal Sonic, Rouge. I really hope they keep Rouge as sexy as she is. I don't care what none of y'all say. Rouge was one of my first video game crushes. Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. Well, my
Shoot.
final thoughts
It's
on
kind of her whole
Minecraft.
character.
Yeah. Well, she's like Catwoman from Batman, but she's a bat. But my final thoughts on Minecraft. Overall, I give it a 5 out of 10 because, like Squall said, there's just so much missing. Like, yeah, there's a lot of that you can do. It's almost infinite what you can do, but at the same time, it's still like there's no actual direction. It doesn't give you any direction for sure. Squall, you might not want to stream that in particular because you don't know what kind of stuff is gonna come on in the fan art for Sonic stuff. If I'm being honest, Sonic fans are really weird.
I think blurred images show up by
You
default.
better make sure you do if you're
Let me
looking up Sonic
scroll.
fan art because that fandom is
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
they're on some serious
Have that
drugs,
safe
bro.
search home.
I scrolled
that safe search home.
I scrolled pretty far. Like, it looks like we're all PG here. PG.
Oh, yeah, I'll give Minecraft a 5 out of 10.
Mm,
All
well,
right. Blade.
for
Final
that chill
thoughts.
factor is 1.8.
My final thoughts. I'm not gonna say Minecraft is a perfect game because it's far from not. Because like I was saying, there's no real like direction, and it's really like I said, after you beat the Ender Dragon, and the text of going through it says this is just the beginning. Wake up now and all that. That left us like basically on a cliffhanger of not really knowing. Like, so we just know that Ender Dragon is not the final like stage. But like I'm not gonna say it's a 5 out of 10. I'd say more of like a 7 to 8 in my opinion. Or like one, the creativity. It's like you could build your world. You can focus on whatever you want. The complexity when it comes to between the overworld and the Nether. The complexity with redstone and like crafting recipes and potions and stuff like that. Like you really gotta know how it works to figure it out. So it's not something like you have to have the right people to play with to really enjoy the game. And if you're playing by yourself, you can still enjoy the game. Like I enjoy it when I play myself, but it does get boring when you play by yourself. So if you want to give it a shot, and I'd say like you like want to get into it and everything, play with other people because it would make it way more fun having a group of people to play with. Because I never really played with anybody else. So like every time I had the game, I played by myself because I didn't have friends. Nah, I'm joking. I didn't have internet, so I couldn't play online and stuff like that. But to me, it really all depends on the person who wants to play and how they want to build their world, their world building, how they see their world building, stuff like that. But that's why I say like because it's more for like the creativity part. I'm gonna put it between like a 7 and an 8, like a 7.5. That's my thoughts on it.
One thing Minecraft is amazing for is if you accidentally took an Adderall and don't have anything to focus on, you can pop in Minecraft and ride it out.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first started playing, it was when I was on Adderall and stuff like that, and I would play it for hours. Like I never saw it not being fun.
Alright, my final thoughts. I'll give it a 6.5 because I know there is potential. It's just maybe I played with the wrong friends. It just might not be my type of game. Alright. I got nothing but bad stories on it. I remember one time, like in the heat of summer, it was like actually my 28th birthday. Like I just got done celebrating with some friends, like drunk. It's hella hot. I go like come back home and it's like nighttime and it's still hella hot. Like, you know what? Let me finish building my house on Minecraft. So I'll pop open or I hop on PS4, hop on that world. Power goes out in my house, and like I'm sitting here fucked up. It's burning hot in my room on my 28th birthday. Like, this birthday kind of sucks, but whatever, yo. Screw it. Yeah, I ended up passing out. I mean, like, it's got potential. I know it's popular for a reason. When it comes to the movie, like, hopefully, like, they come with a Sonic approach, like how Sonic was first introduced as a shitty-looking Sonic character. They completely revamped the whole character, and like, I don't even think Sonic was that good of a movie. But since they made him look like Sonic, I was like, all right, you know what? You got my support. I'm gonna go watch it. You know, maybe Minecraft can do something like that, but we'll see. Yeah. Now we will do the pondering segment. Alright, we are back. Let me look up the pondering segments we had. I don't really remember what it was. Oh, did we want to go back to the which anime is not for kids?
All right. Oh, I could start that off with just like Rehealer is not for kids, straight up.
I don't even know what Rehealer is.
You have to try to describe that.
What is
Rehealer is the one with that guy. He's got that weird shock face. He's got brown hair. His eyes are like bulging out like he's crazy.
Oh, the one at the bottom right. Oh shit, you guys aren't.
Yeah, it's got a non-consensual actions in there. I'll put it like that.
Talking about the one on the bottom right here, right?
Up one.
This one?
Right there. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the one at the bottom is.
That one looks terrifying. Definitely not for kids.
I'm probably
Tokyo Ghoul's good torture. What?
I probably got like 30 more minutes.
Alrighty.
And then her name is Bianca. So
Bianca.
yeah.
I think Chainsaw Man, it's got issues, but like I still feel like Chainsaw Man, you could probably get away with kids watching that. I don't think Tokyo Ghoul, just because there's a lot of I remember a lot of torture being in that. Berserk, I haven't watched a lot of Berserk really talk about. I just know it's really bad.
Yeah,
I have no idea
not for
what the bottom
kids
one is.
either.
Yeah, Berserk.
I mean,
not
I
for-
Kaisen?
feel like you could let your kid watch Attack on Titan. I think that's a really kid-friendly show.
Not
No,
the
no.
beginning
The only
couple
one-
episodes.
It's better. It's better than most here. Okay, I'll put it like that. It's better than most here.
I was joking.
Jujutsu
I'd
I'd
say-
let
Kaisen?
my kids watch that show.
Would be like the only one that I'd probably let my kid watch is JJK.
What is the
Not
bottom
even
left?
Naruto?
I'm not sure what the bottom
No, out of
left is.
this pic. Oh, that's The Promised Neverland.
Oh, with the
I think
oh.
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Come
bruh,
on.
no,
Oh.
no.
No, I couldn't do it. I would.
Yeah, no, no.
I wouldn't be okay. I wouldn't be
That
okay
one
with
ended up being very kid friendly though. Like toward the end.
What?
What is this? Another
Yeah.
Naruto ripoff?
Oh no, not at all.
Because we don't really
Yeah,
see
not
any of the
at all.
kids get
Yeah,
eaten by
dude.
demons.
Emo
Well,
dude.
That's just because they
Dude.
found out.
Yeah,
That's just because they found out what happened.
I heard season 2 was absolutely terrible. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it wasn't that good to me. Season 1 was a lot better. But
Yeah,
even then,
that's what I was
season
hearing.
1 wasn't that bad when it came to like how scary it was.
No, like that's in the first episode. Is with the little girl. She's like, "Oh, she forgot her doll. Let me bring it to her for her new family." And then boom, like your mother figure, this mom is raising you, and the higher your IQ is, the more the demons want to eat your brain. Like,
But the demons
There
don't even
is
look
just-
that scary though.
yeah. It's just
Sure.
the part.
I'm not scared at all.
No, it's just the part of they figured out that they're basically just a farm. They're like cattle. They're getting raised, killed, and eaten.
Oh, that's us. That's like Illuminati and stuff.
Oh my god. I wouldn't let my kids watch The Promised Neverland. Probably just Jujutsu Kaisen, depending on how old
Or
the kid is.
psychological problems. Like Promised Neverland to me is more of a psychological problem, and I'd rather not have that go in there.
Yeah.
You know what's on this?
Like Ninja 7,
Oh, go ahead.
maybe a Chainsaw Man, but it gets to where he's like, I just want to touch boobs and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And all
that's
that.
the only part that I wouldn't
No,
want to show
that
the
part.
kids.
Yeah, that's my only part. That's my only part. But yeah, that'd probably be it for me. Is JJK at that point.
I think once they reach like 9 years old, you could let them watch Berserk.
I don't know, bro. Did you guys see the movies on Netflix?
I haven't seen
No,
any of
I'm
Berserk.
reading it.
I've only heard stories.
I'm currently reading it. It's
Like,
terrible. Griffith is
remember-
like.
Like what's the white haired dude's name? Griffin?
Griffith.
Yeah, Griffith.
Yeah, remember when he like when they all go to hell and he like turns into that demon for the first time? And what he does to the girl Guts likes right in front of Guts?
Yeah,
Mhm.
no. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. No, I've seen people say what happens to like Griffith supporter. Like he wanted to just do his thing, but Griffith was like, "Go do your own thing," telling all his people to do that. And then Guts tried to, and he's like, "No, you can't leave. You're my property. You have to like beat me in a fight to do that." Guts kicked his ass. He gets pissed. Facing this fucking what's it called? Princess that he wasn't supposed to, gets locked up and tortured, dies, comes back, turns into this thing, does his thing with Guts, love interest, traumatizes her to where she's like can't speak, turns into a little kid again. It's just rough.
Yeah, dude, Griffith fucked the shit out of her so bad she turned into a vegetable.
If you support Griffith, shame on you. That's all I gotta say.
I support Griffith.
Shame on you, Hunter. Shame on
But
you. You don't know.
He
Shame on you.
fucked-
Know
he
nothing
fucked his
about this
best-
show. Shame
he
on you.
fucked his best friend's girl
Yeah,
right in
but
front
he
of him.
said, "Oh, I definitely support Griffith now."
No,
That's
but it was
my
like
shit.
it was was.
Blaine, that's
Yeah,
that thing I was
yeah.
telling you about.
Yeah,
not
it
long
wasn't like
ago.
that though. It
That
wasn't
C
like that.
word. It's
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
it wasn't
times
like
it's
that.
not consensual. Not
Yeah,
for
but
the
it wasn't
dude.
on the woman part. On the woman part, it wasn't.
So
What do
she's
you
a woman.
mean?
You think
No.
she's supposed to have rights or something?
Oh my god.
I'm playing.
We
Anyway.
talked about the right.
Anyway.
Moving on. You know what anime is not on this list that I think should be on this list?
What's that?
Death Note.
Yeah.
I think this one, not really so much for like the beginning part, but like so much more for like mid-late, cause like Light becomes like this maniacal character that is the main character, and like I don't think like Like if you're following this guy as the main character, like you kind of want him to win in one way, shape, or form, and like that's not a character I want my kids to be kind of rooting for, you know.
Yeah. He's like the antagonist. He's the main character, but antagonist. He bad.
Like even L as his main adversary in the first 2-3 half to 2/3 of the show, like he's not like a guy you kind of want to like have your kids looking up to also, because he's perfectly fine with sacrificing deathmate Inro people whose death dates are on like like a certain date, you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
my
get
thing
rid of all
is
of
though
that.
is how did L even find out it would be him? My thing is he was just like detective. I'm gonna watch your kid. I'm like, but out of everyone in Japan, how'd you narrow it down to Light Yagami? That's my thing. Out of everyone in the country, you narrowed it down the second episode. Like how?
Well, at first it was like he looked at like the killings were only in Japan or something like that, so he broadcasted it to Japan to see if like if someone would die live on air being broadcast to Japan. So since that person did die live on air in Japan, he was like, oh, so you're in Japan, all right, this was a trick, gotcha, you know. And then he kind of looked further into it. He's like, you know what, this person's only killing like people that are bad, and he's only killing people around this amount of time, like same time a high school kid would get out of school. And these are like some of the people that he's killing are people who only the police force in Japan have access to, like as inmates. So like that's how he was like narrowing it down to like, okay, like this is like a high school kid who has access to police force information. And then so he started and then he started narrowing it down to like, let me like have like some people like follow some people, like private investigators follow some people, and then one of the people that followed Light died, so then that narrowed it down even more, you know, like that makes him really suspicious. So then when they've set up the cameras, I was gonna leave this for another debate, yo. Actually, you know what, fuck it, yo.
No, I've watched it. I've watched it completely, so I get what you're saying. Which I like the scene where they're like, Light convinces him he's not Kira, and then they find the death note, and then but Light forgets that he was, picks it up, and then everything just hits him at once.
Yeah, that was sick. All right, well, here's another question. When do you think L found out Light was Kira?
What do I think? At one, they were always playing this back and forth because they're both super smart, really super smart. So they were always playing this back and forth. So it was always hinted that I feel like L knew, but right around when they started working together, especially, he ended up figuring out more. And then, you know, he picked up the death note, saw him, and then like I'm pretty sure Ryu really told him. It's been a while since I've seen it, so don't quote me on anything. And all that. So
there was a point.
I think he always had a feeling.
Yeah. There was a point.
It was always a point.
So it was before he joins the task force. There was a point. Like I watched this like a billion different times to like fall asleep. And I found the point where L actually knew Light was Kira after watching it so many times. And so where do you think that point was?
Okay, you said it's before the task force, so it's
before
the end of the
before Light joins.
Yeah, so it could be around when they attended the same college and then they played tennis. So I'm gonna say probably a couple episodes after that, and then right around when he got that kick that was following him to walk to the stairs of the rope and stuff like that. That mental image. I'm gonna say right around there.
Hunter, Seven Ninja, did you guys watch Death Note at all?
Never saw an
I
episode.
just know about it.
Okay. So
It's
Blaine,
really good, especially. Yeah, I recommend it.
So remember when they set up cameras in Light's house?
Yeah.
And then remember when L decided to play that fake announcement on TV?
Yeah.
And then Light, he said something like, "Oh, this is just another desperate attempt by the police. I wouldn't be surprised if Kira saw right through this." You remember that part?
Like
And
he
then
had
it
the little
cuts-
thingy and he was writing it down in the bag of chips and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but that's later in the episode. So that part when he played the thing on TV and then Light responds to it, it cuts to L and L is like smiling and like chuckling to himself like and then he's like he talks to Light's dad like, "Your son's clever." Like that's when L found out that Light was Kira.
Then why didn't they just take him then and there?
Well, because that's not proof. He needs proof. He, like as
Okay.
yeah.
Like he
as
just had a feeling like he's like, I'm pretty sure it's him, but I have no proof to back me up to make the accusations.
No, like like basically L and Light were the only psychologically smart people in a world of idiots, and like L knew right then and there that this is something Kira would say. He's the guy. I just need to figure out how to like bring it to light.
Yeah. No, I believe.
Light Yagami.
Yeah, Death Note was amazing. It was really good, really well written, and all that. It's something I would recommend. It was a lot of people's first anime. It's something I really recommend for like people who haven't seen it to watch it because it's really interesting. And then you see someone go from this normal high school student with good grades to getting this god complex and coming down from this god complex, but he had it the whole time. He died with the god complex.
Yeah, it's
So for me, I'd say great. It's great. I would recommend it to anyone.
yeah, I think someone said in like in the YouTube comments when I was watching like a Death Note video, like the path to evil starts with good intentions, and it was off of like this show. So like because of that, I don't like he turns out fully evil by the end of the show, and for that I don't want my kids watching it.
He started off saying, "Okay, I'm gonna rid the world of evil," but then he ended up sacrificing his dad. He used this woman with the other Death Note for her eyes and stuff like that. And like the is to where your father, who was always on your side, you no brain, like you have to be like a messed up human being to be like, I know he's always on my side. He's always been on my side, so I'm gonna tell him and manipulate him to being my puppet and then sacrificing himself for me. It takes a really messed up person to do that. So the psychological part, and it has a lot of psychological warfare. I wouldn't like, I'd probably let my kid watch it around like 13, 14, but like at a young age, no. It's like I'm gonna put my kid on Naruto right out the womb.
I'll put my kids on Dragon Ball.
Gonna be watching.
I think you literally said like the whole reason like is he went down that spiral is because he fell for L's trap. If he just didn't have his pride, let his pride get in the way, he probably would never went through any of that stuff. Just trying to like, show up L. And it's like, well, it's kind of crazy because it's like you think he would have said like, why would I reveal myself? He's they're looking for me,
Yeah.
Why should
he went from
he's supposed to be smart
in his in his school. He was the smartest person, so he came up with this. He came against this someone with probably has a greater IQ than him, and he didn't like always button heads or he might be better and him overplaying him. So he had this like, okay, I have to be better. I have to do this, and he just basically fell all into L's trap. And then you came into the second season, which another person was involved. I forgot his thing, but he ended up losing. I say, in my opinion, Light Yagami's and L's, like confrontations was like rivalry. I'm not gonna say rivalry, but like against each other was really well, especially with the psychological standpoint of it. They weren't like throwing hands, but they were like outsmarting each other every other episode. They were always thinking of something to fuck up the other person.
We never went to the moon.
Never went to the moon.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have anything to add to the conversation. So
Oh. Oh, you
Gorilla.
know what? You know what other animes I wouldn't let my kids watch?
What would that be?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Nah, that one's cool. I was thinking more like High School of the Dead, High School DxD.
Oh yeah. Nothing
Heck
like
no.
etchy or like super fan
Definitely
base.
not High School DxD.
No.
Something I wouldn't let my kids watch is Yu-Gi-Oh.
What? Why not
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, that's just
You
no, that's just a
Yu-Gi-Oh.
joke. That's just a joke.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Mm.
that was just a joke. That wouldn't be for real. Yu-Gi-Oh was heat back in the day.
I
Yu-Gi-Oh was
don't.
heat.
I know that y'all remember more about Yu Yu Hakusho than me. Last time I saw it, I was like 10 years old. But I remember I asked y'all in the last podcast if y'all can remember any moments from an anime show that traumatized you when you were a kid. And I just remember Yu Yu Hakusho. There was like a giant, and he was holding the orange-haired dude, and he just like pulled his arm out of socket
Ugh.
and like was toying with him and stuff. And I remember watching that as a kid, thinking like, okay, so like this is why this show is on Adult Swim instead of
Wait, what is it? What is it about?
Yu Yu
Yu
Hakusho?
Yu Hakusho.
Uh,
It's like demons
Is it that
entering the
one-
human
that-
world.
Does the main character have like super long white hair and has a katana and all that?
No. That's Inuyasha.
Yeah, you're thinking
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Inuyasha.
Similar. That's
It's
similar in
the,
concept.
What is the main character's ability?
He does this. He's this
Finger
Yes,
gun.
yeah, okay, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
yeah. I've been meaning to watch that actually. That's probably what I'm watching after I do finish Naruto.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is a good one. It's very popular. That one, I remember I couldn't watch that as a kid actually because it was on Adult Swim and it had cuss words. Like my parents would have been like,
No,
"What the heck are you watching?"
Completely understand. When I was younger, my people wouldn't even let me watch like Family Guy and American Dad. I barely got away with King of the Hill.
My parents.
Mine was
weren't
literally
even
like
there.
magic and like demons.
Yeah, like my dad, whenever I stayed at Dad's house when him and my mom still had joint custody over me, he didn't care that I was watching Family Guy, but my mom would not let me see a single episode of that.
It's so weird considering all the things your mom has done. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk shit.
I don't know.
But still, like, I don't know. I never had no like. The world was my oyster when I was a kid because my parents weren't there. Like, just period. Like, I raised myself, basically. So,
Mm.
and now I'm fucked up in the head.
Yeah. Actually, there is a scene from Inuyasha I want to let my kids watch. I think it was when Kikyo was first revived, and like, I think she was like butt naked when she was first revived. They didn't really show anything, but still, it was like enough where it's like, ugh, this is kind of on the line here.
Yeah, that's kind of like they showed as much as Sailor Moon shows like twice an episode. And Sailor Moon is like not even on Adult Swim. That one was on like, I want to say Kids WB.
Oh, Cartoon Network.
Yeah. And I never liked, well, Yeah, I never actually liked Sailor Moon, and I still couldn't tell you what the story was. But I watched the hell out
Yeah, I
of it when
cannot
I was
say.
a kid, cause those bitches were sexy as fuck.
Another one I wouldn't let my kids watch till they got older is Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai. What's so bad about Afro
Mm,
Samurai? I remember Afro Samurai being cool.
Lot of
A
gore,
lot.
lot of
Yeah,
blood.
gore.
I mean, blood
uh,
and gore.
naked girls.
Don't let
There's
your
a one
kids
scene in the strip
watch
club.
Hellsing.
Implications.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
Hey,
don't,
heck no. Heck no.
don't watch that.
No.
Don't let them watch Hellsing at all.
All
They
right,
can
no, you
watch
gotta
At
talk
all.
about
Castlevania,
let them
but
watch.
don't let them watch Hellsing.
I actually have Askeladd's skin in like COD Warzone when I used to play it.
What's so bad about Hellsing?
A
Have
lot.
you seen it?
Mm-mm.
I haven't even watched it. I just watched the abridged version.
I don't
Just
think,
from the animation, I wouldn't let him watch it.
dude, I don't think there's 10 seconds of that show that you could let a kid watch.
Just too gory? Too maniacal?
There's gory, it's the things they talk about, it's the things they say. I mean, it's just everything. Dude, the premise of
It's
the
the
show,
edgiest anime
the main
ever.
story, I'm gonna tell you the main story. You tell me if you're gonna let your kids watch this, okay? The main story is fucking Nazi zombies fighting vampires.
Yeah, sounds pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
No, but what was you saying, 7 Ninja 7? What animes would we let our kids watch?
What animes would you let your kids watch?
Nah, hold on, hold
I
on.
gotta start with
I-
Spirited Away.
I got a couple still more I want to suggest for not letting your kids watch. What about Dead Man Wonderland?
Oh,
Never
what?
heard
The
of it.
blood?
Wasn't that the one to where they got put into like an obstacle course and they're
Prison?
like dying left and right?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, I used to watch clips of that on like Tsunami, and that shit scarred me as a kid, bro.
What about
So no, they're
Demon
not
Slayer?
watching that. Yeah, they could watch Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's cool.
I think Demon Slayer would be more okay, but like, I'm trying to think of it because Deadman Wonderland, like, I remember there being a lot of blood, but that kind of just like nulls out at some point. I guess no, but I feel like maybe. For me, Dead
It
Man's
depends on the
Wonderland, like,
age.
kind of just it numbs out at some point because it's just like
Mm.
you get used to seeing like, oh, it's just blood. Okay, whatever. Like at first you're like,
The
okay,
thing-
that's a lot of blood, but then you're like, okay, they're just bleeding a lot. All right, whatever.
No, the thing that had me with it is it was like I was just going through the channels and then Cartoon Network came on. I was like, okay, whatever this is, I'll watch it. First scene I see is this dude just getting completely like kebabbed with a spike trap, and I was like, yeah, we're changing this right now.
Alright, well, what about Kakegurui? The gambling
I have
anime
no
Hold
idea what
up.
that is.
on Netflix?
Oh wait,
No,
with the
I would not.
with the red shirt.
Yeah,
shirt
the
with
red shirts.
Yeah,
star
yeah.
eyes. No,
it's
no,
just- no.
Number one,
I don't know.
I don't want gambling addiction. Oh,
Oh, I
number
want
two,
my kids to,
Yeah, but
but
it's
just
good
the
to
fan service
expose
and
your
all that.
kids to gambling addictions early on in life.
Yeah.
they-
That's what
they
I'm
get
saying.
to-
Like I'll.
No, Blaine's being sarcastic. I'm serious. Like, I learned how
I'm
to play
not.
poker when I was like 4 years old, and I never
Mhm.
had a gambling addiction as an adult because I learned early on that gambling is just that, gambling. There is no I can win. It's I might win. And you don't
Yeah.
gamble on the best possible outcome. You gamble on the worst possible outcome. You put your money on the worst possible outcome if it still feels worth it. So yeah, teach your kids Texas Hold'em as soon as they learn simple math.
Well, it's not.
I completely understand where you're coming from, Hunter, because like around like 4 years old, I learned how to play Blu-ray and stuff like that.
Well, it's not so much the gambling addiction part that's the problem. It's more of like the characters are just like maniacs. Like they're like all going crazy. It just feels like a weird ass world you don't want your kids to be exposed to. Like they always got some crazy eyes. They're always like maniacally laughing, like going on crazy tangents, like speeches and stuff.
Psychopath.
It's just, yeah, it's
They're straight
real weird.
psychopaths.
Yeah, they're psychopaths. Like worse than the Joker from Batman almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like to me like, okay, maybe not when they're younger kids, but like getting closer to the teen, I'd probably be okay with just like, hey, this is what I don't want you doing, but I need you to be exposed to it to some degree so you know what it is. Is more what I would probably do that around, but that's still going again like closer to like preteen to teen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm talking about like kids like under 10 years old.
Nah. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know
either.
what though? I gotta say this though. I remember, especially like when I was around like 8, I believe. I remember seeing like people like gambling like their treats at the lunch table. So like, matter of fact, I think it was dice. But I've seen that before back then. Of course, it was like a specific set of kids in like the corner. So, you know, it is what it is.
How about Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, that was cool. I don't mind that one.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think
It just
that
has
would be
cuss
fun.
words. But cuss words are kind of becoming more relaxed as we get older. And like back in like the
Plus,
90s
like,
and early
you might hear it on the
2000s.
word street.
And then back in the like 90s, early 2000s, like cuss words in anime was only like hell and damn. Like I think nowadays they finally added shit, so it's like Cowboy Bebop only has hell and damn. That's okay to me nowadays. I guess now we can go to what animes will we let our kids watch? Seven Ninja.
Spirited Away, 100%.
Oh hell yeah!
Wait, which one?
Really, most Ghibli movies, Spirited Away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got to do that for another. Maybe not that one, but we got to do like another Ghibli movie at some point for nerding out. I'd love to do another one.
What is Spirited Away?
It's a movie. It's like it's a
so-
classic movie.
The
What
premise is
happens
that like a family is I think they're going on like a trip for whatever reason, and they stop by this kind of shrine area, and the
With the
parents
little
and
girl
the
that meets
daughter
that
are-
dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, Artemisia made me watch that movie. I was traumatized. I'm not letting my kids watch that shit.
What? That movie
Dude,
was good.
I still get scared just thinking about that shit, man. She got sucked into this other world. Her parents got turned into pigs. Oh man. Dude, no,
She
not
gets
letting
them
my
back,
kids.
though,
I don't
doesn't
want
she?
anyone to watch that. Yeah, after
She does.
like yeah, no. Sure. Oh man, screw that, bro.
There's a lot of TV shows, movies, animes where the kids get sucked into the world. Digimon.
Yeah,
called-
but dude, it was just so helpless, bro. It was just so helpless.
It is kind of like he's right about that though. He is right because like everyone else is kind of like to some degree they want to be there, like, but this is literally like you could forget your name, and if you forget your name, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You could have gotten killed because something wants to eat you.
And she
Like
didn't
any-
like it's not like they went there, you know what I mean? Like that chick that was in charge, that queen or whatever, like should have just let them out. Like, you're talking about, oh, y'all invaded my world, and okay, send us home. And she's like, no, I'm gonna keep you as a slave. Fuck you, bro. Like, it's fucked up. That movie was fucked up. Don't let your kids watch it. Don't listen to Squall and Ninja. This is bad parenting advice right here. I done already. I was in prison for 3 years, and this movie still managed to traumatize me. All right, don't let your kids watch. I've seen some shit. Okay.
What'd you guys think of Kiki's what was it called? What was it called? She had like a side job. She was delivery service. Kiki's delivery service.
I didn't watch that one.
Never
Yeah, I
seen
haven't
it.
watched
Nah.
it. Yeah, I didn't see
Basically, the
that.
premise is she's a witch and she's trying to figure out like what she's going to do in life as a witch, and so like once she like figures out like being a delivery service, like there comes a point where she's like, you know, you do your job and you do it and it's fun, but then at some point it becomes a job, and that kind of takes
Yeah.
away, because sometimes you're gonna deal with people that you don't like. And before it was all good and dandy, you know, you would run into fun and friendly people. But when you run into people you don't like, and you still gotta serve them, you still gotta do these things, then it becomes a job. And then she started losing her grasp of her witchery, if you will, or her magic, because of an imbalance in her emotions. It kind of reminds me something similar to Spider-Man whenever he loses his ability to stick to walls or shoot webs in the Raimi movies.
I mean,
But I'd say
anything
yeah
by
on that one.
Studio Ghibli, I'd say yes.
Go ahead, Blaine. What you got?
Okay, the big three, of course. DBZ, grandfather of anime. You know, it recently got elected for greatest anime of all time. So, you know, the big three, and plus the godfather of anime. Mainly anything kind of shonen. They're not getting into romance anime young at all. No, I'm not dealing with that. So
You know
yeah,
what?
anything with like cool
Okay.
fighting and stuff, in my opinion. With a good story. So like I'll let them watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh
No.
Brotherhood.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
okay.
No,
Oh,
There are
gotta-
parts.
they gotta
hold
understand.
on, hold on.
yeah, there are parts.
There are
They're
parts.
not gonna watch. They're not gonna watch that one scene with Tucker, fucking dog and daughter. I'm not gonna let them watch that part, but just for the character development, I'm gonna let them watch it. They could watch. Literally, I'll let them watch Demon Slayer. What's that other one? My Hero. I'll let them watch. Black Clover. I'll let them watch. Just mainly shonen things. Gauge.
Would you let your guys' kids watch Neon Genesis Evangelion?
No, but I would let them watch Code
No.
Geass.
Yeah, Code Geass is cool. Evangelion, that one's just a
I'll let 'em-
fuck.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll let them watch Code Geass though. I would.
Would you let your kids
Um,
watch Baki?
Probably not.
Low-key, yeah.
Nah,
I would, 'cause
not the face ripping
the
off
reason
part, bro.
I-
That was gross.
No. The reason I say that is because I plan on having my kid like study some type of martial art.
Okay.
Because I'm not raising no
If we're
motherfucker.
talking
let
about
them watch
grappler
I'm not-
Baki,
I'm not going to
we're
let
talking
my
about
kid
grappler
just like
Baki,
grow up
maybe.
not being able to defend themselves. Like mainly shonen stuff before the age of 10, and then after 10, and when they get more of understanding everything, they could just kind of watch whatever they want to watch.
I'll probably show my kids Kengan and Shura if they want to get them exposed to like MMA, martial arts and stuff like that. Dragon Ball Z, definitely I'd let my kids watch. The Saiyan saga is kind of iffy. When Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu and everyone died. That part I watched as a kid. That shit was traumatizing as a kid, but that's what made it so great to me. Like, just like Goku coming in as a breath of relief and saving the day. But even then, like Grade 8 Vegeta fucking smashing the shit out of Goku's legs, crushing him in his hands out. That part was scary to me as a kid.
Yeah.
It was still great though.
There was definitely some times in Dragon Ball Z that was like scary as a kid. But the only one that really traumatized me, like I thought about this for a week, you know, like just couldn't stop thinking about it, was Kid Buu when he grabbed Vegeta's face and did a ki blast on his face like this. Cause like I had been thinking of that shit. Like the whole time I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, how come nobody ever grabs somebody by the face and just blast them while grabbing that face? And then I saw Kid Buu do it. And instead of being excited, I was like,
There ain't no defense, bro. There ain't no defense.
right,
There's nothing you can do. You better
Just
be
gotta
striking
tank
with that,
it.
bro.
just gotta
With that
tank
video.
it. Yeah.
I wouldn't let my kids watch Danganronpa. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Hey, no.
Hell no, they're not
No,
watching
no.
that shit.
We're talking about what they can watch right now.
Yeah. No, I was just putting that out there because I forgot to bring it up.
One
forgot to
Piece.
say it last time.
I'll let my kids watch One Piece.
Yeah, it's
Danganronpa.
DANGA. Yeah.
This looks familiar. Why do I remember this?
You
It's
probably
really
seen
gory.
one of the
Like-
series.
I'll let my kids watch One Piece specifically because of the overall message in the show is like just because it's like the government doesn't mean you should trust them. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone is the authoritative figure doesn't mean that they're good, you know? So I mean that's definitely something I want my kids to learn, you know. I'm not exclusively saying fuck the police or nothing, but I am saying you make sure you know what's right and wrong and only go by that.
Mm. Mm.
And Blaine, if you want your kids to learn how to fight, send them to Uncle Hunter's house.
Nah, you gonna beat my kids, bro.
I will not.
I'd rather
I'm-
them get beat by other kids.
Contrary to popular belief, Hunter Bro does not allow child violence.
You only allow the plane bots.
He's not a child. He's a grown man. I might beat him like a redheaded stepchild, but he's not a child.
Oh Lord. Shoot. No, we're not doing that show. That's. I was thinking of Elvin Lied for a second. No, we don't want to do that. Code Lyoko? Is that an anime?
Did you let them watch any isekai under the age of 10?
That depends
Yeah.
on what it is.
I will. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, but I wouldn't let them watch the
I'll
Rising
make
of the
'em
Shield
wait.
Hero under 10.
I'll make them wait till after they're 10 to watch Overlord.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I'm not gonna let them watch the Rising of the Shield Hero until they're over 10.
What about that vending
Would you let him
machine
watch?
show?
Hell no, man, I'm not about to give my kid brain rot. What was you saying?
Would
Ninja?
you let him watch Dungeon Meshi or Delicious in Dungeon?
Yeah, why not?
I haven't watched it, so, but I heard it's really good.
What about
Would you
Food
let him
Wars?
watch?
Hey,
Too much
no.
fan service.
No,
Too much
I
fan
don't know
service.
about Food Wars.
the
After
fan
10.
service stopped me.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah,
The
like
fan
right
service
after
stopped me.
after 10, I'll let him watch it. What about, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
I don't
Seen
see
that.
anything wrong with that one.
Yeah, I've picked up
Yeah.
girls in dungeons before.
Hey, I picked up girls on RuneScape
Zelda does
before.
not count.
Yeah,
Nah,
I don't
I'll
see
let
anything
him watch
wrong
it.
with
It's
that
a
one.
pretty good one. Yeah. There's not a lot of fan service. Overpowered
Squall.
MC.
Did any
Yeah,
of those
they had
girls
service.
you met on RuneScape happen to be like a dude?
I hope not.
How old were you? Because RuneScape, like when we were kids, RuneScape was like the Roblox of today, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, my first girlfriend was on RuneScape when I was 13.
Did you meet her?
No, I never met her.
Was her real name Ricky?
I hope not. I forgot what her real name is. It was a long time ago.
My voice is deeper than mine.
I'm not gonna lie, she actually did kind of act like a girl. Like thinking back on it.
I would hope so.
Yeah, considering.
I know a guy that got like he got like multiple credit cards, multiple console PC part stuff out of a guy on like a Final Fantasy 14. Like heard about that for like a solid year. At some point I think they met up though. He got beat like down, but before that happened, so much money was taken out of that guy. So
What?
it can act pretty
He was
good.
like acting
It
like
can
a
act pretty
girl.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who
Some
are
can act pretty good.
scamming like older people for money. Like right now with that.
Well, I mean,
I don't
I
know if
was
y'all been seeing
13.
that.
I didn't have any money to give, no credit cards, numbers to give out. And I don't know, like, she didn't ask me for any money, anything like that. That's all I can remember.
Poor little innocent prepubescent Squall.
You let him watch the Broly Z movie.
Yes. I don't see any problem with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it might traumatize him a little, but it's not any kind of R-rated stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can't think of any other ones to not let
Bleach.
kids watch. Bleach is cool. I'd let my kids watch
Yeah.
Bleach.
Yeah, I'll let my kids watch Bleach. I'll let them watch all the big three and DBZ.
I ain't seen Bleach, so I can't tell you.
Oh man,
Pretty good.
you and Hunter are missing out, bro. That show is sick.
It's peak. It's peak.
I feel like I'm not. I feel like it's probably not as good as y'all make it out to be.
It's like a good in between Dragon Ball and Naruto. Like a good middle ground between the two. Like more impact on the fighting, or more emphasis on more fighting, and less sappy stuff like Naruto, but more of a character relationship bonding than Dragon Ball.
It just seems to me like from
And the
memes
MC overpowered.
and clips that I've seen, it seems like there's a lot of like heaven and hell kind of shit going on as far as like deities and otherworldly powers and shit like that. And that's what really turns it off for me, is all the animes that I like watching and stuff. These guys, their power is their power. It's not any kind of heavenly thing. So I don't know. Maybe I got the whole wrong idea about it. But
I can see why you came
my
to that
technical-
conclusion. Oh, go ahead, Blaine.
I was gonna ask you a question. You could finish what you're explaining to Hunter.
Yeah, I can see why you came to that conclusion. At the same time, it's it's not really heaven and hell, but there is like it's similar. It's like hollows are like the demons and soul reapers are like the angels kind of. But like it comes out later that like the main character actually is a soul reaper as well as a human. So it actually is his own power. Go ahead, Blaine.
Oh, okay, Squall. Since you've seen Bleach, you don't know much about One Piece though, and you've seen some Naruto. I've heard. I'm not gonna say because I haven't really watched that much into One Piece. I've heard that Ichigo is the strongest out of the big three. Do you agree with that or not?
Well, it's
Between
damn sure ain't Luffy.
between Naruto, Ichigo, and Luffy. Ugh,
Luffy,
that's a tough one.
It can't be Luffy.
I don't know how strong Gear 5 is, and I don't know how strong Naruto's full like he's got the Sage form and the Nine Tails form combined into one form, right?
In Boruto, well, no, in Naruto the Last, we watched Naruto slice the moon in half. So we'll put Naruto at moon level.
Yeah, before you said that, I was definitely counting out Naruto, but before you said that, I don't know how, like, Ichigo's never really did anything, like, planetary level, to be honest, but he is overpowered as fuck.
Yeah.
Can he mess with the soul at all? Like, maybe that's like, because like sometimes like you don't have to be able to slice the planet to be able to destroy a person internally.
Nah, he doesn't do anything like that. His main thing is he's just a big destructive force.
He has the an ability of Soul Reaper, a Hollow, and a Quince. He has like the main three races in one. And a Quince is a human, if you was wondering. It's a human that uses spiritual power.
Yeah, and every time he gets like a new power boost, it's always just he's faster and stronger.
Yeah.
And he just has like a crazy, like a move that can like blow shit up, slice shit up. I've never seen him blow up anything too crazy. Damn, well, now I think about it, he's probably the weakest out of the big three.
I don't know, man.
What Reddit is saying is Naruto, Ichigo, and then Luffy. At least for now.
Yeah, Luffy's not exactly very strong.
Which about what
I don't even think
how
Luffy's
Hunter
island
said.
level.
Yeah, with how Hunter was saying, Naruto, the man face tanked an attack that cut the moon in half. Ichigo is out here cutting mountains pretty casually, and number 3, Luffy, at least for now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to save this debate for another time. The next Nerding Out podcast. I'm gonna have to do some research so we can come up to like really debate this shit.
Yeah, it's also saying Bleach is the strongest first, though.
All right, well, this will be the pondering topic for in 2 weeks Nerding Out podcast.
All right.
Or Sensu, if you want.
Yeah, we could do it for Sensu. Sensu, we don't normally like deep dive into topics like in Nerding Out. That one's like we're just like, oh, let's talk about this. I love the style of it, but we don't. Sometimes like we'll move on from a topic and completely forget about it. Like even I forget about it.
Yeah. You said Assassination Classroom, Ninja?
Yeah.
I'd so let him watch it.
Yeah,
that
I
was
didn't
like
see too much of that one.
I very enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed Assassination Classroom. I'll let him watch it.
Oh, one anime I will let my kids see. One Punch Man. That's a good one.
I
Never saw it.
I mean, unless
I'll let him watch.
He kind of just one taps a lot of stuff.
I'll let him watch Sword Art Online.
So yeah, not bad. If it's a girl, definitely. If it's a boy, he might be bored of the whole adopting that kid part and that lovey-dovey cabin
Yeah,
few
yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
That shit
yeah.
would've-
But like the first, like, yeah, he could skip that part, but like just through it being basically an isekai, but it puts it out there like, you know, this life or death situation inside a video game, stuff like that. I think it would be like an interesting way. Like they might mess with it or not. I enjoyed it.
No game, no life.
Yeah, I'll watch it. That was pretty good.
I was alright
I
with
wish
that
we got
one.
a second season of it though.
That's never happening. Just like High School of the Dead's
Yeah,
never
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I had an outro question, but I forgot it. Damn, I had it before the podcast.
I just
should've-
put one in the chat.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Damn, I should have wrote it down. Fucking memory of goldfish.
Gorilla.
This man said gorilla.
Alright. What's your next recipe, cold sauce?
Fuck, I don't know, man. I got a bunch of shit in
That
the
man makes it
pantry.
up on the spot.
Yeah, I just
Shit
be
up on the
doing shit.
Yeah, like
I got-
I'm the
actually,
same
no.
way.
I got I'll show you. Here,
Mm-hmm.
follow me.
I'll tell you what's really good. Like really good. Depends on if you like barbecue sauce though. Pizza rolls on barbecue sauce.
That doesn't sound bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I've done it before. It's pretty good.
Speaking of sauce,
Yeah.
next time y'all go to Taco Bell, get those little packets of sauce. One of those in your pack of ramen noodles, fucking kickstarts the shit out of it.
Yeah, my one of my good friends puts Diablo sauce in his.
Yeah.
Then complains about the aftermath.
So this is actually really good. These Tony Chachere's gumbo mixes, and what I do is I stick a few packs of this in there. This is applewood smoked flavored premium chicken chunks. So, and you can cook this in a microwave. We was cooking these in jail in a bowl like this. One of those regular Tupperwares.
Tupperware.
Yeah, man. It was. I remember that was when I was in Winsboro. I was talking to a few people, and there was a dude who had been down for like 10 years. And I was talking about like work release and stuff, and I said that if they ever let me go to work release, the first thing I'm buying is some Tupperwares. That way, if I lose my work release, I'll still have some good bowls when I come back to the dorm. And this dude that been down for 10 years, he looks at me and he goes, "That is the most Tushin thing I ever heard in my entire life." Tushin, for those of y'all who don't know, is short for institutionalized, which is a term that means this person has psychologically become so in tune with being in an institution that coming back to the real world ain't gonna be easy for him. And I'm still adjusting because I was very Tushin.
Well,
That was
Chef
my
cold
home.
sauce in the house.
I still miss some of those places, man.
That's what I hear. That's what I've heard. Some people just want to go back.
Part of me sometimes does.
Wasn't there like a movie? They were trying to escape. What was it? Like an old man or something died. Like once he got out of the prison
Shawshank
because he's
Redemption?
been stuck there. Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah,
ever
that's what I was
watched it.
thinking about.
Wait, what is
I
it?
haven't. I've just seen like clips on it and like cinema therapy, like did a whole video on it. And that's where I kind of like learned about it. It's a Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Wait, what about that movie?
We were talking earlier, like how like some people want to go back to the prison because they've been in there so long, and so like and I was brought up
Oh,
Shawshank
yeah.
Redemption because like when
Morgan Freeman.
that guy killed, when the guy died on the outside, it was because he couldn't really adjust.
Yeah, he couldn't adjust
Dude,
back to
like-
normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. The thing that makes it the hardest is people. Like people don't realize how disrespectful they are, honestly. And when I was
Mhm.
locked up, you know, somebody disrespecting you, all right, catch the cut. You want to talk to me like that? Let's go fight. Over here, it's hard just to get somebody to fight you. You know, you say let's go fight, and they won't fucking do it. And then people call the cops and stuff like that. It's aggravating.
Yeah, especially in the age of internet, everyone's a keyboard warrior nowadays, and they try to bring that into real life too.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good point to end it on, unless anyone else got any other animes they'd not want their kids to watch.
I can't think of none.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Alrighty. Well, we'll do the outro. Final thoughts. What animal would you shapeshift back and forth between? And plug your socials one last time. Blaine, we'll start with you.
My thoughts. I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun, especially talking about Baki and then about the demon back and the Hanma bloodline. Really good show. I'd recommend it. The video game of Minecraft, we all know about that. I just hope they do good with the movie. And the pondering question part of it was really interesting and all that. The outro question, what animal would you shapeshift back and forth between? I'm gonna say like a peregrine falcon.
Arrogant Falcon.
They're the fastest bird coming, like, because they fly up to as high as they can, then they tuck their wings and they dive and they reach over like almost, I believe, 200 miles
It's
per hour.
210.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
They've been
Yeah,
clocked at
200.
210.
Yeah. And then that'd be my choice, because like when I get to fly and then I could dive really fast and then shapeshift.
And spill your guts
Uh,
everywhere.
Yeah, no. Oh, like, cause like when they go dive and when they dive, when they come back up, they slow down their momentum by folding their wings, and like slow down enough, shapeshift back into human, and then continue my life.
Gotcha.
But you could find me on Instagram, Blaine37, BLAYNE 37, and yeah, that's it for me.
Alrighty, 7 Ninja.
Yeah, you can find me at 7 at Game Jolt, MeWe Rumble. Del Phantom should be in the avatar. Shoot me a message. It should lead you right back to the Rumble channel. An animal that I turn into, believe it or not, I actually think I would turn into a cat. And the reason is that there's so many people that love cats these days. And you could pretty much get away with being anywhere. You've also got the reflexes and the ability to just sneak around. If I were to just walk into a Walmart, they'll be chasing me for a little while, but I can just jump across things. While they're over here having to walk around, and people are slow these days. While they're over here trying to walk around and do stuff, I can get pretty much anywhere. I could probably get on a plane or something. Don't have to pay for anything. Just walking out there, planes going on, people stepping up there. Hop in. Just hop in and hide somewhere. When you think about it, animals, it's weird how animals can slip into areas that like you really don't think they should be able to get in there, but they're just there. And so a cat actually makes the most sense to me.
That was gonna be my first one, but then I wanted the ability to fly. Not gonna lie.
Alrighty, Hunter.
I'm Hunter. You can find me on TikTok at Hunter on Tick. An animal that I would shapeshift into. I'm kind of like, I was of the same mindset as both of y'all. Like, I wanted to be able to fly, but I also wanted to like really be able to take advantage of being able to be an animal. And so I came up with like some kind of insect, like a gnat or something. Cause I could fucking spy on anybody. I could get out if I ever go back to jail, I would just fly out of there. They wouldn't have a fucking clue what happened to me. I mean, I could fly into some rich person's house and just spy on them for a while till I watch them type their password on something. And I mean, there's just so many things you can do as like a fly or a gnat or something. So yeah, I'd probably be a gnat, just like a really small flying insect.
Okay. 7 Ninja, you need to send me like the link to MeWe and GameJolt because I have no idea what those are. I want to check them out. Let's see. My final thoughts. I really like the final segment. What would you let your kids watch? What anime? What wouldn't you? Because I was like digging back into a bunch of animes I forgot I watched. Help me go back to memory lane a little bit. Let's see. When it comes to, I got a Linktree /SquallRush. Got a bunch of different links to follow me on. So if you guys would, please do. Help out a lot. Yeah, I got the announcement hitting 500 subs on YouTube soon. So once I cross that, 2 winners will hit. I'll send a code to them, $25. Oh, I gotta sneeze. It went away. But to join my Discord and hit my announcement with the green checkmark reaction, and then I'll put your name down. What animal? You know, I was thinking like, what animal would I be? Not shapeshift. It's like I was thinking like I'd be a lion, because then I just have my own den of bitches, just doing my hunting and everything for me. You know. But since we're doing what would we like use like that'd be useful for humans? You know, I'd probably be a dragon. You know, I could fly and breathe fire.
You're surprised?
I didn't know we was gonna use mythical creatures.
Oh, okay. If no
Yeah.
mythical creatures,
That would have been a.
you know, I'll shapeshift into a gorilla. You know, I can like swing and use my strength to like fling me to like high up and stuff, climb up things, and be a badass on top of that.
I'm surprised nobody chose like a water animal, because that was my first instinct, was to be like some kind of fish, but like an octopus or something.
I mean, if I had like
Jellyfish
fast
thing,
travel speeds to get to another island or something like that, maybe. But like, once I turn back into a human, if I get spotted too much, like they're gonna know it's me. Versus like, you know, cat kind of get away with stuff a lot easier.
All right. Well, thank all the viewers for being here. Thank the panel for being here. Appreciate everyone's time. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a good show today. So, yeah, we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Actually, let's do a raid real quick. Who should we raid, guys?
What's that mean?
Basically, it shows everyone in the If it's on Twitch, it just forces all the viewers onto the next streamer. If it's raid, if it's on Rumble, it's like, hey guys, check this out. They have to click it themselves.
Let's see who's on. I'm gonna hop out of here.
Dude, that's Ray BGM. What up,
I don't want to
bitch?
give him the clout.
Yeah.
Out of Jade. Who's
I'm
that?
playing Wukong on Raiden.
Actually,
Game
the
Daily, I don't know who that is.
With the other game modes are up right now.
Oh, we'll raid this
Look,
chick,
Maybe
Cat of
shoot.
Jade.
cleanse the palette before I get back into
All
I'm
right,
gonna
peeps,
hop
go
out of
check
here.
out
If he is,
Go check
But-
out Cat of
Hi,
Jade.
Scratch, you completed
Raid
this
confirmed on
level.
Rumble.
Good.
alright.
Alrighty,
I'm gonna hop out
peeps,
of here.
we're
Johnny,
out.
you
Good
next
luck.
week just
Peace.
fix me.
Sure.